Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, hustlers, makers, and content creators, welcome to the only live stream on planet Earth dedicated to mobile content creators and mobile YouTubers. Today, we're hanging out and I'm answering your mobile creator and mobile YouTuber questions. If you have a question, head down to the description. There's a form down there. Drop your question in the form. And hey, we had 45,000 subscribers probably a little bit less than an hour ago. And I want to thank Hybrid Steel first and foremost for putting that on Twitter first. I actually didn't know. I was checking Social Blade all day today thinking, okay, I'm getting there because I wanted to hit it with everybody live. That was my idea. I'm thinking, okay, I can be live and I can hit 45,000 with the whole community, and that is going to be awesome. And I totally forgot about it. I was like out running around. I had coffee and I ate, and then I looked at Twitter and Hybrid Steel posted my Social Blade. So Hybrid, thank you, man. High five and fist bump. Beanie Draws is in the house. The Urban Explorer is here. Suranash 25, how's it going? Gaming with Ethan, respect the game. Don Gizzle, of course, Hybrid Steel. Eric Wait, AD Guy, how's it going? Exploring the Nug. G, Michael Jr., Hinge Herbidor, what's going on? Paul, how's it going? Doll, Cecil Runo, Ratty Star, Provo. The gang is all here. Josephine DeSmit is hanging out with her boyfriend. Josephine, get your boyfriend in here. We gotta let him know what's going on with the mobile creator and the YouTuber community. Hey, Carrie Ferrini, how's it going? Scully's House of Thrillers, how's it going? Okay. Wow, there's a lot of people in here. Thank you. So before we get into these questions, and they're already piling up here, but before we get into these, I want to thank today's sponsor. I want to thank today's sponsor, TubeBuddy, for sponsoring today's show and making it all possible. TubeBuddy is the #1 browser plugin and growth app for YouTubers. Link in the description below to that. I know you already have TubeBuddy, but if you don't, it can help you get your titles together. It can even help you A/B test your thumbnails if you have the browser version. And if you do have access to a computer, I highly recommend adding it as an extension on your browser. That's where it really shines. Brian G. Johnson, what is going on, my friend? Brian, did you hit 90,000 yet? I know you're creeping on 90,000. So much love for the poodles. And speaking of another milestone, hey, man, yo, baby, another milestone. I know Cody Warner is getting ready to, oops, it's not that one. I know Cody Warner is getting ready to hit 50,000. So if you're not subscribed to Cody Warner and you like awesome vloggers and all of that good promotional, motivational type content, head over to Cody's channel and check him out. And of course, if you want to learn how to grow a YouTube channel, feed poodles, you got Brian G. Johnson. And of course, I got to do this. Brian G. Johnson is the author of this book. Link in the description below to get this book. It's going to help you grow to your first 5,000 subscribers and beyond. Dr. Sten is in the house. What's going on, Dr. Sten? Also just recently hit a milestone of 100,000 subscribers. Man, I can't even imagine that. Like hitting 45,000, like it just boggles my mind that at some point, and I realize that not all 45,000 continue to watch my content, but at some point, 45,000 people looked at something that I made and they said, yeah, that's pretty cool. I might want to check out more of that a little bit later. That's humbling and that's awesome. So thank you. Thank you so much for that. With that said, hey, Paul Peck's Drywall Tube, what's going on, brother? The Urban Explorer says, dude, I'm at 60. Yeah, but you've got van life going on. Van life is hot right now. Do that well, man, and you will take off. Hey, Raid Reed, how's it going? I'm going to jump into the questions right now because they're actually piling up a lot faster than normal. First one comes from Matt Hayes, who says, happy Sunday, D. Happy Sunday, Matt. I hope you're doing well. He says, are there any mobile video editing apps where you can type in a certain time frame when trimming a video? I use Vlogit, but when I record longer clips, I find it difficult to trim the video accurately in the bar. I'm guessing if you want, for example, if you want a clip that's 2 minutes and 4 seconds long, you want to be able to dial that in and type it in directly. As far as I know, the answer is no. However, for the closest cut, the closest shave that you can get on a video editing app that I can find on an Android, which I believe you have, yes you do, that would be KineMaster. KineMaster recently did a huge update, and now you can shave off, I think it's like a 100th of a second you can narrow that down to. So I would check out KineMaster. It's not free. You got to pay for it, but it does what you want. So problem solved. Moving on to the next question. This one comes from Robert Hayes, who doesn't, you haven't even started your YouTube channel yet. So this is a great question. He says, I'm looking to start a travel channel. What are the biggest tips that you could give me? The biggest tips I could give someone starting a travel channel. First thing is, it's good that you know the type of content that you want to make. That's step one. I want to do travel. The second thing that I would recommend is what else can you do beyond travel? Is there a certain niche within travel that you can do? Because if you're just saying, hey, I'm making travel content. Well, welcome to YouTube. Everybody's making travel content. But what if you made travel content around a specific part of travel? Maybe you focused on accumulating airline miles or how to do travel hacks or something like that. I'm not saying that that's what you need to do, but think about what part of traveling are you good at? What are you great at sharing information at? And go for that. You know, do some research as well. Look and see what people are searching for. TubeBuddy's great for that, right? Again, link in description below for that. Shameless plug. But it really is an awesome tool, right? But dig in and say, okay, I'm going to do travel. I want to take it a step further, maybe even take it 2 steps further and try to figure out, you know, little like a niche within a niche, and then get in that, focus, start making content. Don't wait. Start making that content and start being consistent. That's what I got. Leron Sigev, how's it going? Leron, are you watching from the plane? I'm watching your stories, man, on Instagram. You're probably in the plane from Israel to Italy. Is that what's going on? Safe travels, brother. Hope you're doing well. Tim Yancey, how's it going? Next question. Oh, yep, I'm going to back up for a second. Learn how to write great titles. This is back for Robert Hayes. Learn how to write great titles and learn how to make amazing thumbnails. If you look travel, if you go and you look for travel stuff, a lot of travel vloggers, a lot of travel channels, all their thumbnails look the same to me. And it's hard to really find a thumbnail that I want to tap on. So look, you know, figure out a title that you want to make for your first video, second video, third video. Then write that out and then look at the competitions. Okay, these are the videos that are ranking right now. What can I make on my thumbnail to stand out? Like if you're, for example, let's say you're going to Bali and you've got this sweeping shot of Bali, maybe the beach, maybe, you know, the terrace rice fields, and there's somebody in the shot, they're really small, and the words Bali are written across in white, like so many travel channels do. Hey, that looks dope. I love the style, but everybody's doing it. So try to come up with a different idea for your thumbnails. Stand out from the pack. Actually, someone who's doing really well with that is Brian G. Johnson. I don't know if he's still in here or not. I haven't been looking at the chat, but you'll see that he's been making all kinds of different types of thumbnails. And man, some of them are incredibly, incredibly eye-catching. Hey, Doug Houston YT, what's going on, brother? Next question comes from Prozoid, who says, how do I get people to click on my channel? I'm going to guess that you mean, how do you get people to watch your videos? You get people to watch your videos by first making content that people want to see. Mind blown, right? You need to be making content that people want to watch first and foremost. Once you're making content that people want to watch, focus on a title that helps people find you inside of YouTube. YouTube's the second largest search engine in the world. People go to YouTube to learn how to do stuff, learn how to find stuff, learn how to do the thing. Write your title in a way, and again, TubeBuddy can help you with that. Write your title in a way where people can find you. Next thing is you need to make hot thumbnails. I hate to say your thumbnail is everything, but besides the title, your thumbnail is everything. And of course, you got to make good video on top of that, because if they get through the title, they get through the thumbnail, they've clicked and made it to your video and your video sucks, they're going to bounce. It tells YouTube people aren't interested in the video. They're not going to suggest you out and you're dead in the water. So good title, great title. Actually, yeah, great title, great thumbnail, great video. Takes practice. Start working on it. RPM Nexus, what's going on, Matt? Use TubeBuddy to find titles. Yep, absolutely. Moving right along from AD Guy. How's it going, man? Haven't seen you in a while. He says, why do most actual good content YouTubers upload rarely? Example, you. Oh, man, just calling me out right there. Let alone the fact that quality content takes time. Okay, so here's something that a lot of YouTubers do. And by the way, I just love the fact that you just straight up called me out on that. Just straight up on it. I love it. Okay, here's what I do. If I find that my numbers, and then again, if you really want, if you're not making viral videos, right? If you're just not knocking them out of the park one after the other, getting 1 million subscribers, Van, Snake, that whole thing, then you're in the trenches, you're slugging it out with all of us. You've got to learn your analytics. You've got to be in there. You've got to have goals. You got to figure out who your audience is, and different channels operate different ways. So what I do is when I notice that first of all, I started off making 2 videos a week. And that was great, and it got the ball rolling. And I tried moving up to 3 videos a week. And for a while, I did 3 videos a week plus a live stream. I maybe did that for about a month. But I found that when I was doing 3 videos a week, I really wasn't gaining any more momentum than I was making 2 videos a week. And then I realized, because, you know, YouTube's always changing, and then I realized currently, and this is what working for my channel, I don't advise this for you. I advise you to go look at your own analytics to see what's going on. But for my channel currently, I realized, okay, if I just kind of pace it out a little bit and let my videos breathe a little bit, overall they tend to do better. I'm not talking about my latest release. I'm talking about videos that are further back. For some reason, I seem to be getting a lift on those. And then when I upload, that lift kind of drops a little bit. So I'm still trying to figure out what's going on there. But that's why I'm not doing the 2 a week again. Then you have, hey, Tube Techie, and then you have other YouTubers who just put a lot of time into their videos and they upload when they can. You know, and that. Hey, Don V. Film More Tutorials, how's it going? Mandolin Shashank, how's it going? Somebody asked me, and let me scroll up here. I want to make sure sorry about pronouncing your name here. Rajib Murda says, D, did TubeBuddy pay you for the promotion that you're doing right now? Yes, as I said in the beginning of the stream, if you missed it, all of my live streams are sponsored by TubeBuddy. That said, I don't take money from anybody unless I believe in the product. I'm not a shill. You guys who watch my videos, you know, I will tell you. I'll tell you if products suck. I tell you if I don't like them. I tell you the positives and the negatives. I use TubeBuddy regularly. So when they reached out for a sponsorship, it made sense. I'm happy to promote them. I use them for every single video that I use. So yes, they did. What's up, Super Noob? Next question. And by the way, I just want to back up for a second. If you're a review channel or you are working with products or you are working with brands, you do what you want to do, but I highly recommend, for the sake of your community, be honest with them. You know, don't be a shill to where you'll just take any product and just, oh wow, this is great. This is the best Gatorade I've ever had. Wow, this is the best M&Ms I've ever had. This is fan. Be honest. Like, if you don't like it, tell them you don't like it. Be honest. Don't be afraid. And this is something that tech channels have to deal with when they're just getting started. You have the tech companies, especially the Amazon sellers, who will try to get you to buy stuff on Amazon, and that's fine. It works for some people. And then you get the products, and a lot of people have this feeling like, hey, they sent me this. For example, this company, but I just want to say how cool this is. Look at this thing. And there, I'm not being paid for this right now. This is like the smallest smartphone gimbal I've ever seen in my life. Look at this thing. Look at how tiny this thing is. It weighs just a little bit more than my iPhone. Super tall. But anyway, they sent me this gimbal. Companies will send you products if you want it. But when they say, hey, we want you to make a video about our product, we want you to do XYZ about our product, I'm very open and I'm upfront with them. And I say, feel free to send me your product, but I'm going to give an honest review. If I find negatives, I'm going to tell you the negative. I'm going to tell my audience the negatives. If there's positive things about it, I'm going to tell them the positives. But I'm not going to just give a fluff piece video because you want to send me a $100 item, right? Like, no, I'm not going to do that. Because as soon as you start, you know, BSing your community, they're going to bounce because you're going to lose trust. Dr. Sten says, yellow Gatorade has less chemicals in it. Better to use water in a tea bag if you want Really? So yellow... Dr. Stan, I was just matching today. I got this and I thought, well, what can I match with that? Yeah, I change the colors. I get bored. Urban Explorer says, time for honesty. I want to hold Paul Peck close and steal his knowledge. Yeah, Paul Peck is rocking. Just rocking. Wiki Pamela says, I have an Amazon affiliate links group, but I literally just post links to all the stuff I've ordered and kept. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. Like, if you want people to trust you, you got to be honest with them. There's the line in the sand. You have to be honest. Don't be afraid of being bullied. I know El Jefe from El Jefe Reviews, he was getting bullied by a brand because they sent him some headphones. He called him out. He made a video and said they were garbage. And they basically tried to bully him through email. And he posted that on Twitter. Completely backfired. And nobody will work with that brand now in the loop. Sharing this live stream out. Brian, thank you so much, brother. Much appreciated. Much appreciated. Josephine says, D, you're one of the coolest people I know. Thank you, Josephine. And you're one of the sweetest people I know. Thank you so much. Nandan Paraji says, which is the cheapest mic that works? Loaded question. Cheapest mic that works? I have a video on my channel. You can go to my video tab. I think I have something about like the cheapest microphone. It's like a $7 microphone. It works. Is it a great microphone? No, I go over that in the video. The cheapest one that works that sounds pretty good is the Boya BYM one. Not the greatest, but it's like 17 US dollars. It works pretty good. But if you want to step it up to like $100, that starts to change things. If you want to take a step up to like $150, $200, you know, you start getting into quality microphones there, especially for your, I almost said fart phone, especially for your smartphone. the Boya BYM one, 17 bucks, fantastic. You can get budget microphones. I've seen lavalier clip-on microphones on Amazon for like $2, $5. I bought the $7 one. It's all right. It works. It's not, hey, Midnight Madness 4x4, what's going on? I believe I just started a thing. Pro Skater Ben, how's it going, man? I just started a thing. Here we go. Robin Hood Warrior, best app for channel banner. I've got a video for that on my channel too. In fact, do I have a link here? Give me 1 second. I might have a channel banner. Boom. I'm going to drop a link into the chat right now. I have like 2 different videos, different apps, but I'm just dropping a link in right now. Tap on that. It's going to walk you through how to make a channel banner. You can use PixArt, you can use Pixel Lab, you can use Canva. Those are the ones I recommend. Jumping back to the forum. XX good touch. Okay, Israel Nick, cool name, says, how to get really exposed on YouTube. I think you meant to say fast because you said fat. How to really get exposed on YouTube fast. Also, how to get channel authority. Okay, let's focus on one of these things. How to get exposed on YouTube fast. Man, look, most YouTubers, and if this is you in the chat right now, this applies to you in the chat right now, say yes. If you're in the trenches making video after video after video, clawing your way to the top, type in yes right now. I'm going to come in, I'm going to type in yes right now because that is definitely me. If you want to, hey gamer son, my day is great. How about you? If you want to grow fast, you got to make a viral video. You have to make a viral video. Unfortunately, that's easier said than done. If it were easy to make viral videos, then all of us, everyone who's saying yes right now, would be making viral videos. We would all be making them, and then it wouldn't be a viral video. That would be the norm, right? If every video were a viral video, then there would be no such thing. So, get a snake, white albino snake. Be pretty, right? Be pretty. Get a van. And, you know, just throw a video up on YouTube. You'll get millions of subscribers fast. Right? Wow, there's a ton of yeses. So every single person in here, you're on the trenches. Video after video after video after video. Hey, Debbie J, how's it going? Yeah, fast. I mean, there isn't a button. I'm sorry to inform you. There is not a grow on YouTube fast. You could buy subscribers, you could buy views, but that's going to get you kicked off the channel, even if you, or kicked off the platform. But even if you buy the subscribers and you don't get caught, or even if you do sub for sub, and you will eventually get caught for doing that, no one is watching your videos. If no one's watching your videos, you're not getting watch time, you're not getting engagement, you're not getting comments, your channel's not going to grow. So unless you're making viral videos, there is no fast. You got to put in the work, man. Every single person who said yes right now, I want to high five and fist bump you because you're putting in the work. You're showing up, you're putting in the work, you're getting it done. Even when you have videos that don't do well, you show up again and you make another one. There is no fast, man. Unless you make that viral video. Hey, Jen is always hungry. How's it going? Best apps for editing videos on an iPhone. Free iMovie. Paid would be Video Leap. I just started using Video Leap recently. What? I can't even believe I haven't been using that. So you got Video Leap, you've got LumaFusion, and you have KineMaster. Those are the top 3 for me. Video Leap is free, and iMovie is free. LumaFusion and KineMaster are paid. All of those are fantastic. Moving on to the next question. This one comes from Gaming with Ethan, who's a streamer. You're a gaming channel. Okay, gaming channels are tough, man. It says, I am growing slowly, which is fine, but I'm really worried because my watch time is slowly decreasing, even though my videos are doing decent and stuff. I'm just worried and I don't know what to do. Should I keep doing what I'm doing and hope it goes up or what? Also, I was playing with subscribers before and growing a lot and don't do it anymore because I feel like it's bad for the channel, just like follow for follow. Was it smart? Thank you and keep up the good work. Okay, so if you are a gaming channel and you are gaming with your community. That's not like if they're already part of your community, that's not like follow for follow or sub for sub. You're actually engaging with your community. I would look, if I played games, I would be playing games with you guys right now. Not because I want you to subscribe, most of you probably already are subscribed, but because I want to hang out. I want to hang out with the people who support the channel, the people who leave comments, the people that I've gotten to know over this past, year and a half, right? Like, yeah, that's not sub for sub. Play games with them if you want to play games with them. Don't feel bad about doing it. What you don't want to do, you don't want to say, play games with me, or I'll play a game with you if you subscribe. You don't want to incentivize it. That's where you screw things up. But if you're just like, hey, community gameplay, let's do it. Let's make it happen. That's totally fine. In terms of, what was the other question here? So your watch time is decreasing. If your watch time is decreasing, I would have to look in and say, okay, is this happening on like 2 videos? Is it happening on the last 10 videos? How many videos do you notice that your watch time is decreasing? Have you noticed that it's decreasing ever since you stopped playing with the community? You kind of need more information than that to sort of give you an answer. There's a lot of things that can happen. But if you want my honest opinion, if you just want to play games, just play games. Like, I think it's easy to get caught up in the numbers, especially, if you're like looking at your watch, like if you're a gamer, I get it. You want to grow. Maybe you want to make money being a gamer. Maybe you want to be the next ninja. I don't know. But just play the game. Be the best gamer you can be. Write great titles. Make the hottest thumbnails possible. Learn how to edit your gameplay. If you're putting up, games that you've already played, learn how to be the best editor for games. If you're streaming it, learn how to be really entertaining and just play the game. Don't worry so much about the numbers right now, because if you're good at it, if you're good at what you're doing, if you're entertaining, if people enjoy watching you game, then those numbers are going to rise no matter what. Beanie Draw says, I'm testing it for a month. I'm still loving LumaFusion. Beanie, did we talk about Video Leap? I think we're talking about that on Twitter, I believe. All right. Next question says, this one's from Exploring the Nug. How do you control your obsession with content creation? That's a great question. All I think about every day and every night is making my next video. Is that a healthy mindset to become a successful YouTuber? Interesting question. I think it's cool to be obsessed with making your next video, but I don't know what kind of, hey, is PhotoFin in here? I saw somebody say, hey, Finn. Did PhotoFin come in? All right, I can't find you. What's up, PhotoFin? I don't know if you're releasing content every day. I don't know how often you're releasing your content. Hey, Fin Dominator. Hold on. Dell says, is Video Leap for iPhone? Yes, it is. It's for iPhone only. No, sorry, it was me. Oh, okay. Hey, Finn. So, like, if you're obsessed with making content, that's great. What I hope that you could tweak with that is be obsessed with making content, but make sure you're making the right content for your channel. Make sure that people are responding to your content, because if you're just brute force uploading content and you're not getting a response from people, so you might have to pause for a second and say, okay, I'm making this content. I'm passionate about the content, but maybe people aren't finding me. So I need to learn how to write good titles, or I need to learn how to make better thumbnails, because if you don't get to click, nobody's going to watch your video in the first place. And if your title isn't put together well, then nobody's even going to find you in most cases. So I would say try to be as passionate towards those other things as well, and make sure people are wanting to watch your content, make sure they're responding. But is it a healthy mindset? Hey, whatever floats your boat, right? Like, if all you think about is making content, then make content. Make content on YouTube, make content on Instagram, make content for Facebook, make content for Snapchat, make content for TikTok, Twitch, Mixer, whatever you want to do. Make content for everywhere if you want to make content. Hold on. How to come up with video ideas, especially when I don't show my face. The Sea Unicorn says, how do I come up with video ideas, especially when I don't show my face? Okay, one channel that I've got for you is called Brightside. Who knows Brightside? I don't know how many millions of subscribers they have. Channel called Brightside. They animate. So you can animate your videos. You can use, the hand, I forget what they're called. My brain just kind of shut off right now for a second. The hand-drawn videos, what are those called? Explainer. You can make explainer videos. You can do animation videos. You can do stop-motion videos. Lots of things you can do. You can use B-roll type clips where it's just images, and other videos where you do voiceovers. Get creative. Hey, Heidi, how's it going? Hope you're doing well, Heidi. Next question here. Says, how do you get better quality on mobile uploads? I'm not really sure I understand the question. Are you telling me that after you upload it to YouTube that the quality goes down after it goes up on YouTube? Or are you telling me after you render out the video that the quality isn't that good? It has to start with a good video. If you record a bad video, there's nothing you can do to save it in terms of once you render it out. You know, crap in, crap out. I'm sure you've heard that expression before. So make sure that your quality coming in is as good as possible. Smartphones love light. The sensors and the cameras in your smartphone, they need a lot of light. Generally speaking, for video, most smartphones do not do very well in low light situations. They get grainy. So make sure you have a lot of light. That's going to help improving the quality. Also make sure that the settings in whatever camera app or whatever smartphone you're using, max that out. If you can shoot in 4K, shoot in 4K. If it's 1080p, shoot in 1080p. Max out your settings if your phone can handle it. Then when you render it out in whatever editing app that you edit in, make sure that the settings are set to the highest level as possible. You want to make sure everything is at the highest possible level, so when you render it out and you upload it to YouTube, they've been given the best possible video possible. The best possible video possible? That doesn't sound right. Paul Peck says, it just showed up on my phone. What just showed up on your phone, Paul? All right, next question. And by the way, if you're just joining, I have a link in the description. So those of you with questions, a lot of questions here. And when I'm looking at the camera, when I'm speaking, I'm not looking in the chat. So I'm missing probably 90% of what's going on in the chat. So if you do have a question, please put it in the form. I got a link to it down in the description. I can't guarantee that I'm going to get to that question because it is first come, first serve. However, there is still room for probably 20 more questions. So if you got a question, I'm going to run down there right now and put that in. And before we go any further, because Dr. Sten is still in here, those of you who know, we usually have a meme of the week courtesy of Dr. Sten. And this is probably the weirdest meme that anyone has ever done of me. And I feel a little weird showing you this, but for 45,000 subscriber hangout, what do I got to lose? Not delicious. I've never been memed into a potato before. A Cracker Barrel potato. So Dr. Sten, thank you for the not delicious meme of the week. Man, that was weird. That was weird. That was really, really weird. All right, moving on to the next question. Next question comes from, where does it go? Amrit Suku Vlogs says, can you give tips to get subs? Okay, well, you've all seen dominoes. You've all seen the string of dominoes where you put the dominoes down on the floor, you tap the one and they all fall down. You don't get subs, right? There isn't a tip to get subs. You got to back up. First of all, you need content that people are looking for. You need a good video, right? You also need a title that people can find you in YouTube. You need a great looking thumbnail that people can click on. And that great video, you need people to watch as much of that video as possible, right? If you get those things in order, then YouTube might suggest you out to people. That's, suggested traffic. And then as that happens, it is then your job in the video to ask them to subscribe to your channel. But don't just say, subscribe to my channel for more videos. Give them a reason to subscribe. One of the things that I like to say in my video, and I do tailor this a little bit based on the type of content that I'm making, I'll say, if you want to learn, let's say I make a video about, I think I have something about YouTube growth hacks on your phone. So I might say, if you want to learn more mobile YouTuber tips, go ahead and hit the subscribe button, followed by the notification bell so you don't miss out on future videos that can help you succeed on YouTube. All right? Twist that up a little bit, put a little shine on it, and give them a reason to subscribe. They're more likely to subscribe if you tell them why they should subscribe and tell them the value that you're going to give them. What are you going to give them if they do subscribe? That's the important thing. And the same thing applies to comments. Give them a reason to leave a comment. Don't just say, hey, leave a comment. Ask them a question. Hey, if you think, for example, if I did a microphone video, hey, what did you think about this microphone? Do you think this microphone sounded good? Just go down and leave me a comment. Let me know what you thought about this microphone. Could you tell a difference between the phone microphone or this Rode microphone? Let me know. Right? Ask a question. People love to give you their opinions, but you want to take the thought out of it. You don't want people to have to think, hey, what am I going to do? What am I going to say if I leave a comment? Because if you just say leave a comment, now I just put pressure on you. What kind of comment? What should I say? Hey, good video, bro. first. I mean, what should I say? But if you ask a question, it takes that away from them. It takes any pressure away, and they want to give you an opinion. So always give them a reason to subscribe. Give them a reason to engage. Always. Paul Peck, I don't even know what kind of conversation you're having, Paul Peck. A bit of a camel toe. I don't even want to know what you guys are talking about in the chat. I don't even want to know what's going on, Paul. Hey, I am Tassie. How's it going? Fashionably late. I see. All right, next question. Any tips? Okay, I'm not doing channel reviews today. By the way, we're just hanging out, answering questions. Okay, this one comes from Pratik Plays, another gamer. It says, hey, D, I upload almost every week, but in 6 months, I only have 32 subscribers. What should I do to gain views and gain subscribers? I'd really appreciate it if you would answer my question. So you've got 32 subscribers, and you've been uploading for 6 months. I'm just going to quickly look at your channel. Let me see what you're doing here. So, okay, the first thing I would tell you to do is you need to focus on writing titles. Some of your thumbnails are okay. A couple of your thumbnails are okay. But a lot of them, you're just using like screen grabs of the game, and nobody's going to click on that. Second thing I'm going to tell you as a gamer is gaming is tough. Gaming is really hard. You've picked one of the most saturated niches on the entire platform. Is it impossible? No. You can absolutely succeed on gaming. However, you need to have an edge. You've uploaded for the past 6 months, and you're doing gaming videos. Why should anyone watch your gaming videos instead of any one of the other 20 million gaming videos that are on YouTube? So I would attack this from an angle. Think about, okay, what can I do? Because if you just say, hey, I'm a gaming channel. Well, what about gaming? What game specifically do you play? Do you focus on character development? Do you focus on maps? What do you focus on? Find something to focus on and do that. If you're just doing general, it's like the travel channel I was talking about earlier. Hey, I want to make a travel channel. Great. What about travel? Tell me something about travel that you can do that all the other million travel channels aren't doing, or at least there's less competition. That's how you need to approach that. Gaming's tough though. Gaming is really hard. Like, I'll tell you, I would not want to be a gamer. I would not want to be a beauty vlogger. What else wouldn't I? I probably would not want to be a travel channel either. Now, I'm not saying don't do that. I mean, you might be like great at that. I'm just saying for me personally, that's probably more work than I'm willing to put in. Hey, Leathersmith Vlogs, how's it going? Moving on to the next question. What is this? Here's another one. Vlogging's another tough rig. Another tough channel. Another tough racket. No, it's not a racket. Another tough gig. Sam B says, how do I grow as a vlogger? Man, you need to be entertaining. You need to find a way to wrap value into vloggers. I mean, I know, and you know, I've already got him here. So Cody Warner, almost 50,000. He's creeping on 50,000. If you're not subscribed to Cody Warner and you want to be a vlogger, you need to stop what you're doing, go subscribe to Cody and see what he's doing as a vlogger. He's found a way, not every video, right? Some of his videos are just entertaining them. They're entertaining. Some of them are goofy. Some of them are really good. He drops knowledge on some of them. He shows you tutorials. He's completely found a way to give value to people while vlogging. So if you're thinking, how can I grow as a vlogger? You need to think about what value can I give to people while I'm vlogging. If you can find a way to do that, you'll grow as a vlogger. And Cody's I know we use Cody a lot as an example when it comes to vlogging, but he's really good at it. Next question from Super Noob. Says, I have an older phone. My phone can't download bug things. My phone can't download things like Power Director, KineMaster doesn't work anymore. Do you have any suggestions? I don't make phone videos, but I want to start, so that's why I'm asking. Okay, so if your phone is outdated, then it probably has more to do with the Android version that you're using at the moment. What you're going to have to do is go back and look at my videos for video editing apps on Android. So if you know Power Director doesn't work, don't look for it. If you know KineMaster doesn't work, don't look for it. Maybe look at InShot, look at Vlogit. Go look at, just start typing in, video editor or video editing app inside the Play Store and just start downloading them and see which one works on your phone. It's hard for me to say what will work and what will not work because I don't know the phone. I don't know how powerful it is. And I mean, it might be on its last leg with the processor crapping out. I'm really not sure. Aluma Adiada, who says, D, how do I apply hashtags above my titles? Okay, and I just want to be clear here. You don't want to put hashtags in your titles, ever. You don't want to do that. But if you want to get the hashtags above your title, so you have your title, then you have the bottom of your video, and then you've got like it will show a couple of hashtags like I've got on my videos, right? You do that, just go anywhere in your description. I recommend if you want to use these, put them down low. Anywhere in the description, I put mine towards the bottom, and just write in hashtag and then whatever keyword you want to use. It will display the first 3. So whichever the first 3 words are that you have with a hashtag, it will automatically display them above the title. Now, some people might say this gives people an incentive to click away from your video, right? They see a hashtag, oh, I might click on that one and go away. That's one thought process with hashtags. Another one is, no, they're not going to do it. They're watching the video. I use them. I haven't seen any problems between the videos where I've used them and the videos that I don't use them. I haven't seen any difference. So, test it out and see if it works for you. Next question. This one says, D, I started a second channel and it's a reaction channel. Is there any tips that you can give me? This one's from Prozoid. For reaction channels, man, I'm going to tread lightly on this one because when you're doing reaction videos, you're going to be reacting to other people's content. And while there are a ton of channels out there who do get away with this, I know a lot of them get burned with copyright. So it depends on how you're doing it. Reaction channel, just do you. Do reactions the way you want to do them. You might want to try doing reactions based on trending topics. Look at Google Trends, look at the trending topics in YouTube, look at the trending topics in Twitter, look at see what's hot, what's happening, and then make videos, make reaction videos based on what's trending. Make sure you write a title and make sure you write a good description that's keyword rich to let people know what it is. This is the topic. This is the trending thing. And I would do the same thing for your thumbnail. That's what I would do. But beware, you might get burned on with copyright claims or strikes even. Awesome. Braden says, can I collaborate at 12 subs? You can. There's no limit to collaborating. However, it's going to be difficult to find people to collaborate with you unless they're around your same size or just getting started. And you want to make sure that if you're in a collaboration, you want to make sure that you have value to give to the other person's community and vice versa. So if you're just thinking collab for the sake of growth, I mean, that's not going to work as well as you want it to work if you're not being of value to the audience. For example, yesterday, Jevin Dovey was on Nimmin Live with us. He came in and he was sharing how he works with larger brands and how he's operating his channel. So we did a collaboration a couple weeks ago. And now he's a filmmaking channel, but he does dabble every now and then with smartphones, how to vlog, how to, different gimbals and that sort of thing for a smartphone. So the video that we collaborated with on his channel was how to get started on YouTube using your smartphone. So naturally, that's a perfect fit for me. And I have a lot of information that I could share with his community. I could provide massive amounts of value to his community who want to get started on YouTube and they've got their smartphone. So it made sense to work with somebody like me for that video. So that's why we collabed on that video. If I wanted to do a video on my channel, because he has a lot of gimbal videos and they do really well. So if I wanted to do top 5 gimbals for smartphones, I might bring in Jevin because he has a lot of experience with that and he already has the smartphones. I could bring him in and that would be a perfect fit there. And he would be able to bring value to my community. Tim, thank you, man. It says, hey, D, does an unlisted video affect analytics? Yes. In terms of overall view counts and watch time, yes. And I believe Neil gave me a super chat. 1 second. I was mid-conversation. I apologize, Neil. Give me 1 second here. Yeah, if you have videos public and then you... Hold on. Okay, there it is. The Urban Explorer says, buy a beer, you dirty bassist. I'm not a beer drinker, but yeah, I'll buy a coffee. Thank you. Thank you. I love it. Eric Waite says trending topics have a short lifespan. Yes, they do. And work best if you can anticipate what will be hot topic. For example, I keep an eye on new releases of whiskeys. Yeah, exactly. That's another thing with trending topics that you really have to be careful with. If you're building your channel only on trending topics, I mean, you're literally like living and dying by the next trending topic, and you are in a constant grind of content. And when you do that, there's not going to be what's called evergreen content. And evergreen content is where that means that it's videos that are always going to perform. They're always going to be relevant. For example, I could make a top video editing app video for Android, and that video is going to be relevant probably for years to come, because there's always going to be a need for video editing apps. That would be evergreen content. But if I did a video on the newest smartphone release, right? This is the reason I don't cover new smartphones as they come out. But if I do a video on the new smartphone release, it will probably get a ton of views for a month, maybe 2 months, maybe 3 months. But as that hotness dies down, as people are not interested in that anymore because the new shiny object came out, nobody's going to watch that video anymore, especially a year after it's been made. All right, I'm going to jump into the chat here for a second. Make sure I got everything. Hold on here a second. Who has come? Who's been sneaking into the room here? So we already got, hey, Mayo Vivo, how's it going? Jasmine's Entertainment, how's it going? C Unicorn, how's it going? It says, what is your #1 tip to be a successful YouTuber? That's a great question. #1 tip to be a successful YouTuber, I think, and you're probably going to get a lot of different answers for this, but if you, #1 tip, man, it's hard to give one thing because there's a bunch of things. But if I had to give one thing, I would say make the content that you want to make, but make sure that it's content that people are looking for. I know that's kind of wide open, but I mean, Wiki Pamela says persistence. Yeah, I could say consistency and that sort of thing. If you want to break it down to like actions, I would just say don't quit. Right? The key to success with everything is just not quitting. If you just keep doing it, whatever it is, if you just keep doing it, you'll eventually get there, whatever that is. You fail, you get back up, you do it again. But in terms of like content, I would just say make sure you're making content that you want to make and make sure there's an audience for it. And don't stop. Don't ever stop. Just keep going. PhotoFan, there he is. We were talking about you earlier, PhotoFan. That's a tough one though. One tip to be a successful YouTuber. Yeah, that's tough. That's really tough. What do you guys think? If you could give, those of you who are getting some success right now with YouTube, you're just starting to grow, you're realizing, okay, this my channel is starting to pick up a little bit. If you could give one tip to people, what would that be? Go ahead and type that into the chat right now. That's a tough one for me. Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking, Dr. Stan. With the whole make content that you want, make sure people are there to watch, make sure that there's an audience for it. And that kind of goes hand in hand with know your audience. You got to make the content that you want, but at the same time, you got to know the audience to know what they want as well. Kind of that, which came first, chicken or the egg. Learn all you can. My #1 tip, subscribe to Nick. Create content, create great. Okay, there's some good stuff in here. Learn SEO as quickly as possible. Yeah, there's some great tips in here. Dow Cecil says, be yourself. The quirkier, the better. Yeah, definitely. I mean, you got to do you. You got to do the best version of you, but you got to do you. But you know what? Okay, so let's talk about that for a second. It's easy to say, be yourself. Okay, show of hands, type in yes if you've heard, even myself, I say this, just do you. Just be you. Just be yourself, right? Hey, Ed, how's it going? If you've heard that, type in yes right now. Let's talk about that for a second, because while I do believe that's true, I absolutely believe that's true. You have to be you. But I also believe that we're not black, we're not just like a one-dimensional thing as human beings. There's so many sides to human beings. For example, the conversations that I have with my brother Nick are completely different than I would have with a police officer or that I would have with a stranger at Starbucks. Right? Like those are completely different conversations, but at each time, I'm still being me. I'm not putting on a front. It's just these are different versions of me based on the situation that I'm in. I would speak differently with my girlfriend than I would speak to a judge in court. Or I would speak differently with my mother. No, that wouldn't work. I would speak differently with Neil in here than I would speak with a teacher. You know what I mean? So I think there's different versions of you. So whatever version you have, right? Whatever version you have, whatever face that you want to present to the world, be that you. Because I just think it's I don't know. I think it's like, just be you. That's not so easy. Like me, I mean, in real life, like in real life, like if you hung out with me in real life, I'm not family friendly. Like not even, right, Doug? Doug, as I said that, as I said, like the judge in court, I thought, man, I've been talking a lot about that lately. Right? Yeah, and like how me and Urban Explorer, how we have our phone talks. Hold on, let's see what Dr. Stin had to say here, because he says that's why you have to know who your audience is. Picture a person that would be your audience. Yeah, exactly. That's it. You have to know which you to present to the right audience, because if you know what they want, then you can find the right you to stick in front of that audience. Sounds confusing, but you guys know what I'm trying to say. You speak different when you're yeah, but yeah, not family friendly. When I hit the end stream button, when I hit the stop recording, all that stuff, yeah, not family friendly in any way, shape, or form. But this is the version of me. I mean, I'm still me, right? This is still me. I just have to pull it back a little bit. Got to dial it in. I turn into Bob Saget off can. Oh, thanks, Neil. Yeah, we'll have that call later, man. Prozag says, do you speak any language? Yes, I attempt to speak English. I speak a decent amount of Thai language because I live in Thailand, and I speak enough Spanish to get around. I used to be able to speak a little bit of Portuguese, but I haven't been down there in like 20 years, and I don't remember it. Just basics. Very basic, but not much. One weird thing that happened with language when I moved to Thailand is like Asian languages are so just completely different than anything that you're used to. So once my brain started thinking in Thai language, like things like Spanish and Portuguese, and believe it or not, even English started taking a back seat. And some of the, like Spanish and Portuguese, I started forgetting about it because, Thai is just bizarre. It's a bizarre language. All right, moving on to the next question, because we're just going to go off the deep end here, and I got to power through these. This one comes from Riyadh, who says, why every time when I go into the YT Studio app, it freezes on loading screen? Or if it's freezing on the loading screen, it could be a couple things. Your phone might not be playing well with it. Your version of Android, that particular version of the app. Here's what I would do. I would uninstall the app. I would reinstall the app, and I'd restart your phone. A couple different orders of those. That would probably fix it. If that doesn't fix it, then you've got a compatibility issue. I don't know enough about your phone, but anytime you have a problem with an app, it's freezing, uninstall it, reinstall it, restart your phone a couple times, all of that. Next question here. King Rucker says, I have Power Director with subscription. Is it possible to place and manipulate 3 videos over a background, or do I need a different app? Also, I'm completely mobile, no YouTube or anything. Are you asking, can you add 3 layers in Power Director? Okay, and I talked about this a little bit last night on Nimmin Live. If you have a mobile video editing app that supports layers, and by layers, think of layers as, hey, Leela, how's it going? Think of layers as layers in a cake, right? You build one on top of the other. So some video editing apps offer video layers. You have your base layer. You can add another layer, like a picture-in-picture. You can shrink that down and move it around, and some will add additional layers. For those particular apps, what's really limiting you on your layers is the chipset that's inside of your phone. And this is one of the reasons why downloading cracked video editing apps with layers is a bad idea if you have an older phone, because it can overheat your chipset, and in some cases it can actually cause your phone to catch on fire. But in terms of, can Power Director do it? If your phone is powerful enough to do it, yes, it should allow for that. If it doesn't do it, then your phone's probably not powerful enough to do it. That said, I haven't tried to put 3 layers in Power Director, but I know it is a multi-layer editing app. Pro Skater Ben, who's uploading every day. Wow, that's a grind. He says, how do I get my YouTube channel out there? You get your YouTube channel out there by making video after video after video, but you have to do it strategically. Great titles, great thumbnails, great content. Like Dr. Sten said earlier, you have to know your audience. Know who your audience is and make videos for those people and make sure those people can find you. Video after video after video after video. Eventually you will be found if you're making great content, you have good thumbnails, and you have good titles. That's kind of like the secret sauce. For how many people in here right now are just getting started and they're thinking, I don't know how to grow. How could I possibly grow on YouTube? How do I get views? How do I get subscribers? If that's you, type in yes right now. Let's see how many people are at that stage where they're just like, how do I do this? How do I struggle? Because this is really the secret sauce. Because you can say you got to dig into your analytics. You got to live in your analytics. And that is true a little bit later. There's a lot of yeses coming here, right? But it really comes down to, like, if you're not getting the traction that you want to get, it means that one of those pieces isn't working. You're either making content for the wrong audience, or your titles are bad, or your thumbnails are bad, or your videos are bad. One or all of them could be the problem, right? So in terms of a formula for, how do I get views? You get views by making content that people are looking for. You write great titles. Again, TubeBuddy, link in the description below, can help you do that. Not so much on the mobile app, but on the desktop version it can, right? You got to learn how to write great titles. I can't stress this enough. If you are half-assing your titles, you're not going to make it. It's just, you're not, unless you knock your video out of the ballpark with a viral video, then you're not going to make it if your video's average with a bad title. Same with your thumbnail. Even if you have a great title, they're going to find you, but have a crappy thumbnail, they might not click on it because there's going to be all these other thumbnails around yours that might get more attention. Hey, everything Star Wars, best name in the chat. How's it going? How's it going? Yeah, and Beanie Draw says you have to make videos that you're passionate about. I mean, look, I don't know how passionate you have to be about a video in order for it to be successful, but I do believe you have to be passionate about what you're doing if you want longevity, because YouTube is a grind for most people. Video after, like we talked about, everybody who said yes, we're in the trenches. Video after video after video, and sometimes it can be soul crushing for some of these videos. If you feel sometimes like your soul has been absolutely crushed from YouTube, type in yes right now. We'll have a moment of silence for everyone who feels that YouTube can sometimes be soul crushing. Type in yes if you've ever felt like that, like, oh my God, maybe, yes. So right before I hit the live button, I was on my analytics, and I didn't notice this earlier. I don't know how I didn't notice it, but I noticed that last week's live stream was demonetized. They demonetized my live stream. No idea why. I had to file for an appeal. Hopefully they won't undo that, but they demonetized. And I was just thinking, man, that just doesn't even make any sense. I do my best to keep things family friendly. Demonetized. What are you going to do? See if we have any soul crushed people in here. Hold on. Okay. Oh, we got a couple people who have felt like they've had their soul crushed in here, right? Moment of silence for you. All right. Moment of silence for those people. But the secret sauce, really, you have to learn the skill of writing a great title. You have to learn the skill of making a good thumbnail, and you have to make good videos that people want to watch and they continue watching. That's the secret sauce. And like Dr. Sten said, I'm going to go back to that. You got to know your audience. Who are you making content for in the first place? It also helps if you know why you're making content in the first place. If you're only making content and you're just doing it for the views, like how many, you see it in the Facebook groups all the time. Man, I'm uploading, but I'm not getting as many subscribers as I should be getting. Or I'm not getting the views I should. Man, just make the videos. Just focus on the titles, focus on the thumbnails, focus on making great videos. If you do those things, everything else falls into place. Everything else will fall into place if you can check all those boxes, right? Know your audience, great titles, great thumbnails, great videos. Everything else works out. The numbers work out when that happens. Ziggy Boy says, D, if I want to move one step further into YouTube, should I invest into a powerful laptop for advanced editing or a good camera for better video quality? That's tough to answer because I don't know what you currently have. if you have one of the newer flagship phones that's been out in the past 5 years, that's enough. Like if you don't have the money, if it's not in your budget to buy a powerful laptop, and you've got one of, I'd say probably in the last 4 or 5 years, one of the flagship phones, that's enough. You can do amazing editing with, KineMaster, Video Leap, LumaFusion, even iMovie if you learn how to use it. Here's the thing though, like when it comes to video editing, because that's my background, right? Like I've been a video editor for a long time. Oh, I think I just got a super chat. I'll come find that in just a second here. Hold on. When it comes to video editing, and I mentioned this last night on Nimmin Live, it's more about trimming the fat. Like, yes, it's cool to have, cool edits, right? Like, wow, look at that. That's cool. It has its place, but that's not going to make or break your channel. Like nobody's going to say, wow, this guy edits really well, I'm going to subscribe to his channel. Unless you have a video editing channel and you're teaching people how to do really cool edits, right? Now, you have people like, what's his name? J.R. Alley, I believe that's his name. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong. J.R. Alley. He's probably got the dopest transitions out there. Sam Colder, amazing transitions. But it isn't transitions. It's the content, right? Their footage is amazing. They have amazing footage, and they just so happen to make all these dope transitions around that. So if you're thinking, hey, I'm gonna spend money on a laptop so I can make better edits to be more successful on YouTube, I don't necessarily know that that's going to be a winner. You might be better at editing on a laptop. I don't know. I mean, I think it's easier editing on a computer than it is on a phone. It's also easier to edit on an iPad, but I don't think that's going to make or break you. So, I mean, if you've got money to burn and you want to take that step, go for it. If your phone is old and you got a crappy camera in it, yeah, I would upgrade the camera for sure. Hey, thanks, Regina Hair Salon. Thank you so much. Okay, 30-day reviews. Justin says, can you stream up from mobile and Can you stream up from mobile and join it from mobile? Every time I try to make a new one. Also, can you adjust lighting in Streamlabs? Justin, I'm not sure I understand the statement or the question. Can you stream up from mobile and join it from mobile? Every time I try to make a new one also. Man, can you clarify that for me, man? I'm not really sure that I follow your question. And if I miss you in the chat, man, just send it to me on Instagram when we're already talking. Alrighty. Doug, please. Next question. I'm getting off track here. Okay, this is good. So the Urban Explorer says, what are 2 of the best unknown tips people don't know with the YouTube Studio app? Oh, man, that's such a great one. 2 tips that people might not know about the, let me look. I don't know about 2 because the YouTube Studio app is pretty self-explanatory. But let me open this up here and see. Does everybody know how to check their audience retention on the YouTube mobile app? Do you guys know how to do that? You demand to. Dr. Sten, no, they don't have groups in the YT. Oh, I just dropped my phone. They don't have groups in the YT Studio app. That would be fantastic, by the way. So you do. So you know how to check analytics. Man, how am I going to? The YT Studio app is so self-explanatory. I don't know if there's any hidden gold in here. So here's the thing. I have to think about how I can show you this without showing you, because YouTube is funny. They don't want you to. They're not really big on you showing them your money, like your CPM and that sort of thing. So I'm looking through this to make sure I'm not gonna do anything to get me in trouble with YouTube. Yeah, I'm not sure I can show you this part. So I would say the first thing, man, I wish I could hide this. I would say the first thing is where to check your audience retention report. So if you have, I can do this much. If you have the YT Studio app and you go into your videos tab, which is up here, right? Go into videos and you can tap on any of the videos that you want. And this is where I have to take it off. You tap on any of the videos. Once the video loads, there's going to be a blue text that says view more. If you tap on view more, Let me make sure here. Yeah, if you tap on view more, it's going to take you to a page that looks something like this if you scroll down, right? So that's your audience retention, and you can tap on that. Hold on here. There we go. Boom. So you can tap on that to see your audience retention report. So now this particular video, bingo. Yeah, I had to make sure that I didn't show anything to get me in trouble with YouTube. So when it comes to audience retention, do you see that drop here at the very beginning? Like my video starts and you see like that drop right at the very beginning, right? That's you've got literally seconds when your video comes in for people to decide if they like you or not. They might not like your audio. They might not like the look of your face. They might not like what you tell them in your hook. Whatever it is, this is the area where people decide if they're going to continue to watch your video or not. So that's what that first drop is. Now, some people don't have such a large drop. For me, on average, I generally drop about 25% in that first opening thing. You know, people open it up and says, hey, I don't like this guy for whatever reason. And then they bounce, right? And then what happens on down the line, this is where people are losing interest, right? Like as the video's kind of tapering off, people are losing interest here. So that's how you check your audience retention report. And this is how you can tell if your videos are working or not. So a lot of people might say, Dr. Sten says, most of my videos don't have the bumps. Dr. Sten, you mean you don't have the drop at the beginning? Or you're saying you don't have the little bumps as it goes along? Yeah, I would dude, if you want to send me a screenshot sometime privately, I would love to see what something like that looks like on your channel. I'm fascinated with data when it comes to stuff like that. Absolutely fascinated. So when you're being told, find out if your videos are working or not. Hey, find out if people are responding to your videos. So if you're getting views and you don't know if people like your videos or not, this is how you find out. You go into your audience retention, and if you see these drops that are happening, right now, this one's not too bad once it gets going. I mean, it's a slope, but it's a 12-minute video, so it's naturally going to taper off over time. But if you see a large drop off or a huge cliff at the beginning, then you know, okay, at this point, I need to change something. A lot of people are using intros at the very beginning, right? An intro comes on at the very beginning and it might play. Some people are smart and it plays 3 seconds or 4 seconds. Some people might have 10 seconds, 15 seconds, 20 seconds in the intro, way too long. And here's how you can find out if it's working. Go into your audience retention and look at that drop at the very beginning. If you see a huge drop at the very beginning, then you know that people don't like your intro and they're leaving. Now, on the browser side gets really cool because you can actually track this by the second, and you can see, okay, 10 seconds in, 15 seconds in, 20 seconds in, this is where people are at on the video. A little bit harder on the app. Now, you don't have this on the app. It takes 48 hours for your last video to actually get the data to come in. So look at your second to last video if you uploaded that at least two days ago. Eric Waite says, but what if most of your audience has ADD, attention deficit hyperactivity disorder? Well, if that happens, you're going to see some bumps, like some larger bumps. Let me try to find a fun one for you guys. Hold on. And I also want to show something else. I'm going to share something else with you guys, because you hear a lot of stuff from people saying, and don't get me wrong, audience retention is important. This is very important. You want people to watch as much as your video as possible. But I want to share something with you here. I want to share my, let's see here, public, all videos, most viewed. I want to share how bad my audience retention is on my top video. I want to share something with you, and I want to explain why this is happening. This is a crazy. Now, this video, it's 3 minutes and 14 seconds long. It's not long, but this is a roller coaster. You guys ready for this? Hold on, guys. Hey, Guns N' Roses, how's it going? Look at this. Boom. Look at this audience retention report. Look at that. Now, this video has, I want to say, it has over 700,000 views, I think. Over 700,000 views. Look at this, right? Over 700,000 views, I believe. Let me double check really quick. Watch time views. Lifetime views on this video, 721,000 views. 721,000 views on that. So let's go back and look at this. 3 minutes and 14 seconds. What on earth? Wowzers, right? So what's happening is, now this video is how to turn on dark mode on Android on YouTube, right? So what happens is I come in and I'm talking at the beginning, and you see this big hump in the middle. This big hump is happening for a couple of reasons. One, they're skipping forward, and two, they're skipping backwards. So what's happening is, as soon as I'm talking, and the people that came for this particular video, they're like, bro, we don't care what you're saying, just show us how to activate dark mode. So they're skipping forward to the point where I actually start talking about the video itself. And then you'll see, oh, come on here. And then you'll see, where did it go? There it is. And then you'll see that they go forward, and then all these bumps here, like this is the meat of the video. All of that's the meat of the video. And all these little bumps inside of the middle, they're going backwards, right? They're moving forwards, they're going backwards. What did you say here? Do I have this? And they go back, they go forwards, they go back, and that's causing all of these bumps. And then you see this the last cliff right at the edge, and then they're all gone. That's because they've all figured out how to turn their Android YouTube app into dark mode. The moment that they go, aha, now I know how to do it, they finish watching the videos. It's done, right? Finished. It's over. So that's what's happened here. Now, the thing about this particularly is that, over 700,000 views, and they're still coming, and it's driven thousands and thousands and thousands of subscribers to my channel. And the last I checked, I was dominating for that particular title. I haven't checked in a couple of weeks, but at that time I was still dominating. So here's the thing. Even though you can have a terrible audience retention that looks wacky, looks completely wacky, right? Average view duration 1 minute. What? That's terrible. But you have to just be better than the other videos that are ranking around yours. That's the important thing. So if you're stressing out about having low audience retention, right? A lot of people get caught up in the numbers. They're caught up in, God, people are watching 35% of my videos. Now, it's important that you do everything you can to get that extended, because it is important. You want the watch time, and that could mean the difference of succeeding and not succeeding, because when it comes to competing with the other videos that are competing for the same title, you want more watch time than they're getting. You want more average view duration than they're getting. You want more, higher audience retention than they're getting. So you want to strive for as long as possible. But if you're getting low numbers, you still might be ranking, or you might in the future. And the funny thing is, this is a video that it slept for a little bit. Like it went out and it came up a little bit, and then it kind of went to sleep for a while, and then it came back, and it's just been raging ever since. Hey, Josephine. My CTR on that particular video, Paul Peck, give me 1 second and I'll check, you guys. Unfortunately, the mobile app does not allow us currently to check CTR. Let me go into the desktop version, Paul, and I'll tell you right here. Give me 1 second. Un momento, por favor. The CTR on this is... hold on here. And I'm just going to go straight back to, oopsie, nope. Oh, come on. I can't stand Studio Beta. I'm just going to put that out there right now. I can't stand Studio Beta. I know we're all getting kind of like pushed into that, but I can't stand it. It takes so long for me to load up. I'm curious, do you guys like, Beta? Do you guys like Studio Beta? For those of you who are looking at stuff on a desktop. Outdoors with Eric. What's going on, man? Just took a break from the tractor to come in and say hello. My Spanish is funny. Yeah, I was just pulling that one, man. Un momento, por favor. Okay, so that particular video, where did it go? Hold on, guys. Oh, I can't stand this. Reach overview. Where's it at? Dark mode. Okay, hold on. We're getting there. We're getting there, Paul. CTR on that one is... Here, I'll just show you. Hold on. Make sure I don't have anything else pulled up here. It can backfire on me. All right, so here, Paul, here it is on this one. So how to enable dark mode on YouTube Android. So 235,000 impressions. I think this is last, okay, this is last 28 days, by the way. This is the last 28 days, which is right here. So yeah, 15.9% in the last 28 days. Let's check it out for lifetime. Or let's just do like the last, oh yeah, lifetime. Let's do lifetime right here. So lifetime impressions click-through rate is 17.5. 3.5 million impressions. That means that thumbnail has been shown to 3.5 million people, right? It was shown to 3.5 million people, specifically, 3,498,000. But then, lifetime is 17.5 with 28 days. Last 28 days is 15%. Hold on, let me go through my overview here. Watch time. 28 days, $70-something on that, not much. Yeah, I got to be careful how I click around on here, guys. Hold on. And that's why you have 700,000 views. Right? Yeah, but that's weird. But like, you've seen the audience retention on it, right? Thumbnail's great. Thumbnail's doing great. Audience retention is terrible, but it's better than the other ones that are getting suggested around it. So there's that. Man, we got way. Hey, Alan Spicer, what's going on, man? What's going on? What's going on, dude? All right, so I'm going to jump into... Hybrid says that one video is a third of D's overall views. So I have now, yeah, I've got 3 million... What do I have now? 3 million views, I think, on the channel now. Yeah, let's actually look at that. So today I hit 45,000 subscribers. So let's look at my lifetime views, because I'm actually curious to see what I'm up to. So yeah, so 45,000 subscribers and 3 million. Oh, you know what? I get that. So yeah, look at that. A little bit, almost 3.5 million. Almost 3.5 million views on that. But, look at the growth. Like, this is what momentum looks like. When people talk about building momentum for your channel, this is what it looks like right here, right? You start off slow, you're slugging it out, you're slugging it out, you're slugging it out, and you get a little win, right? You get a little win. Maybe you'd have a video that does well, or YouTube takes something from your existing catalog and bumps that up, right? And you get a little bump, and then you go up a step, and you keep going up, and right? You keep going up, keep going up, keep going up, keep going up. So yeah, I've been going since April of last year. So what is that? April, May, June, July, August, September. Yeah, almost a year and a half, I guess. So it's getting there, but that's what momentum looks like. You want that, right? You want that. Pet peeve: watching on your phone, you can't at people. Yeah, that's a pain in the butt. All right, I'm gonna get back to the questions. Enough about me. I want to help you guys. I don't even know how we got on that. I don't know how did we get on that topic. I don't know. Not sure. Okay. Wow. Way sidetracked there. Next question is from Nandan. Paragee says, I'm thinking about taking a break on YouTube. How do I make a powerful comeback? You make a powerful comeback by just coming back and being, I would do this. Before I would come back, I would look at all the videos on my channel that did well. This particular type of video did well for me, then I would come back and do similar videos and see if I could replicate the success of those videos. That's what I would do. I would build out a little bit of a content strategy, one previously successful video and another successful video, and try to do variations of them, put a different spin on them. That's what I would come back to do to get the ball rolling. Next question. I'm in the process of making an interactive short film on YouTube. I'm about to start writing the script. What are some helpful tips? Is there a website I can go to for more help? This one's from Good Vibes, Good Times. Okay, I'm not a filmmaker. Okay, I'm not a filmmaker. I don't make short films. However, if that's what you want to do, I recommend going over to Jevon Dovey's channel. He does filmmaking. There's another great guy on YouTube. He's a little bit sidetracked recently by doing van builds, but his name is Levi Allen. He does like adventure filmmaking. He's got some great stuff on there as well. But yeah, I'm not a filmmaker, so in terms of writing scripts, definitely cannot help you there. I would go into YouTube and I'd be like, how to make interactive short film, and just start looking and see who comes up. But that's completely out of my my expertise there. I can help you with like commercials, but feature films, nope. Okay, next question. Oh, I can't even pronounce that. Jarless Kyle Gaming says, I use Velo to edit my mobile video. I use Velo to edit my mobile gaming videos. Is this a good app, and should I get the paid version? If you find that the free version is working out well for you and you like it, and they offer some additional services that they'll unlock for if you pay, go for it. I've never used that app, so I'm not sure. Oh yeah, Flash in Your Pan, Film Riot. Yes. Roy Guenta, yeah, Film Riot. Yeah, forgot about them. Those guys are awesome for that. Yeah, Film Riot, they really get into more stuff. I love how they do the behind the scenes stuff, how they show how they can make different types of looks and different types of scenes, how they edit. Yeah, Film Riot. Man, totally forgot about those guys. I haven't watched them in a while. What's weird is, even if you're subscribed to people, hey, Missy Moo, even if you're subscribed to people, if you're not watching their content regularly, you'll find that YouTube will suggest them to you less and less. So I'm subscribed to Film Riot. Bell is checked. I want all notifications. I don't get them. I don't think I've seen a Film Riot update in a very long time, but I haven't watched one of their videos in a really long time. So there's that. Kobe Does Stuff says, is Power Director good? For Android, yeah, it's great. The Urban Explorer says, D. Jevin is going to be at Vid Summit as well. Yeah, he is. I've actually never met him face-to-face. We've communicated through Facebook and stuff like that, but I've never actually met him face-to-face. And that's one of the great things. Let's talk about Vid Summit for a second. I know some of you are going to Vid Summit. I fly rides in the house in here talking about Vid Summit, and whoosh, here he comes. You want to mesmerize him with LED awesomeness. If you're going to Vid Summit this year, type in yes, or in the case of Urban Explorer, yer, which is close enough to yes. I'll take it. I will be there. Nick will be there. The Urban Explorer will be there. Oh, okay. We got yer. Yep, there we go. Jevin Dovey will be there. Doug Houston will be there. Beanie Draws will be there. Vigard will be there. Look, man, everybody is going to be there. But since we're talking about that, I want to show you guys this. So Daryl Eves is doing a giveaway for VidCon tickets. Give me 1 second here. Daryl Eves. I want to drop the link. Give me 1 second. Get a free. So Daryl Eves is giving a free ticket to Vid Summit. He's given a free ticket to Vid Summit. Now, I'm going to drop this link into the chat right now. And if you are thinking about going to Vid Summit, and maybe you can't get the ticket for whatever reason, maybe it's out, beyond your budget, I want you to go watch Daryl's video. And he tells you what you have to do in order to possibly win a free ticket to Vid Summit. So check that out if you're thinking about going to Vid Summit, but you can't make it because it's out of your budget. Tassie from Trinidad and Tobago here. Hey, I've never been to Trinidad and Tobago. This is not even going to attempt it. The Sea Unicorn says, what is the best time to upload a video? The best time, okay, this is something that you have to pay attention to. There's going to be some experimentation with your channel. What I like to do, so you have to learn where your audience is. So let's say the majority of your audience is in California. Well, then you want to make sure that you upload your videos when people are waking up in the morning in California. If you find that the majority of your audience is in India, you want to make sure that they're getting their videos early morning when they're getting up in India. However, I sat in on a talk last year at Vid Summit, and there was an interesting talk about uploading times. And this is a really big topic, and I don't want to get into the whole thing here live because I actually want some of the data in my hand so I don't tell you the wrong thing. But they were talking about this. There was a particular kids channel, and they were uploading and they weren't really getting much traction. But then they realized that at the times they were uploading, children were at school. So they changed their upload times. That's all they did. They changed their upload time to when kids were out of school, and their channel exploded. The graph they showed was just like this, and then it was just like up and away. Just absolute success. They just changed their uploading time. So you got to know who your audience is. You got to know where they are in the world, and you don't want to upload while they're sleeping. You want to upload when they're just getting up. You want to make sure that, you know, they've got all day to watch your content, or when people are waking up, they're laying in bed trying to get going, they're sitting on the toilet trying to get the first one out for the day, they're looking at YouTube. You want to be one of the videos that they watch. Is Flippa good for animating, or is there other great editing apps? Flippa isn't working for me. Kobe does stuff. As far as I know, for Flippa Clip, that's a great app. There's Alight Motion is a great animation app, but it's a little bit different than Flippa Clip. But if you're using like people and that sort of thing, I think Flippa, it's hard to say. Flippa Clip is, I think it's pretty good. Vid Summit will be held in Los Angeles, California, right by the airport. No, Tassie says, no, you should visit. I have, you know what? One of these days I will make it to Trinidad and Tobago, but I haven't made it there yet. Alrighty, moving on to the next question. Next question is, I want to ask what the best voice changer app is for Android while I'm recording video with Mobizen. The best voice changer app? All right, let's crowdsource this one. I've never in my life used a voice changer app. If there's anyone using a voice changer app for Android on their phone right now, please speak up and let them know what you believe is the best voice changer app out there. I don't know. I've never looked into voice edit or voice changing apps. Yeah, KineMaster has an option, but I've never used it. Exactly, I've never used it either. I've never thought I want to disguise my voice. Yeah, can't help you there, man. Sorry. If anybody in the chat knows, please go ahead and Neil. Oh man, next question. Sorry I couldn't answer you there, man. Okay, this one comes from Gamer's Son, who says, I've been attempting to start doing YouTube, but I don't know what to do that will attract more subs. I play on a tablet and I want to be a gaming channel. Okay, man, the first thing that I would tell you is you're approaching this all wrong. Don't approach it in terms of what can I do for more subs. Approach it as what can I do to be different, and are there people looking for that sort of thing? What can I do as a gaming channel, because you're a gamer, what can I do as a gaming channel to stand out from the other millions of gaming channels? Is there anything that I can do within that game, a niche within a niche, or a niche within a niche within a niche, to stand out on that game? Just saying, hey, I want to go at this for more subs. Look, here's the thing. Subscribers don't make the channel. Now, I know that sounds funny because we're celebrating 45,000 subscribers today on my channel, but if that were the case, right, 45,000 views would come in on all of my videos, and that's simply not the case, right? You're always going to have a much larger version. If your channel's growing, you're going to have more non-subscribers watching your channel than you have subscribers. So while subscribers are great, you should celebrate them, absolutely celebrate them. And it's a great goal to have. Those are good metrics to have. But in terms of growing your channel, you want to think about views, and you want to think about watch time, and you want to think about how you can build a community around your channel. Those things are going to get you further than how many subs you can get. A lot of people have that backwards, right? Like, I need more subs. I need more subs. No, you don't need more subs. You actually need more views. You need a community. You need to learn how to build the skills that are going to get more views. Writing good titles, writing good thumbnails, right? Making good videos. Subscribers, as great as they are, and I appreciate each and every one of them, but that's not where the growth is, right? You want views, you want watch time, you want community. And another thing is, like, I want subscribers. Okay, that's cool. But when you're going after the views, when you're going after the watch time, when you're going after the community, try to build things around, in addition to building it to the game, get people to know you. I think a lot of people make the mistake who aren't putting themselves on camera. I think a lot of people are making this mistake because when people get to know you, when they get to know the personality, man, like that's such a powerful thing. Video is so powerful. And when people can see you, they can see your quirks. They can see how you laugh, how you make them laugh, how you communicate. They can see your hands moving around like an idiot, right? Like those are the things that make you you. And when people can connect with that stuff and they get your jokes and your sense of humor, or whatever it is that you want to put on video, man, that's incredibly powerful. For example, like those of you who are going to Vid Summit, or those of you who have went to Vid Summit in the past, one thing that you'll notice is that the people who you watch videos of, like you see them on video for months or years even, and then you see them in person, the weirdest thing happens. You feel like you might know that person. Like if I wasn't watching your YouTube channel and I just saw you on the street, you're still a stranger. But for some reason, because I've been watching your content for the past 6 months or the past year, when I see you in person, like I want to hug you. Like it feels a lot more personal. Like video is unbelievably powerful. Unbelievably powerful. Hey, Eric, wait, thank you, man. Congratulations on 45,000 subscribers. Thank you, brother. Much appreciated. Len's Life says, by the way, D, you helped me so much with your channel. Happy to help, brother. Yeah, if you're not putting yourself on camera, if you're not doing it, if you're not putting yourself on camera, I would say start. You want to build that. There's a thing called parasocial interaction. Parasocial interaction is where people build those relationships with social media personalities, right? You see, you take one of the what's that famous family, the girls? What are they called? Any other time? That's how unimportant they are to me. What are they? The Jenners? Is that their name? Kardashians. That's what it is. Kardashians. Like if you see Kim Kardashian make a post, you enter her comments and like people are following her like they're like into her life. Right? Because that's called parasocial interaction. Like they're getting involved in her life because of what she's sharing. And they feel like they're involved. They feel like they're part of what's happening in her life. And man, that's a super powerful thing. Whew. One in Gaming says, will it boost your views? Yeah. I mean, here's the thing. Like if you're not putting yourself on camera, when you first go on camera, it's going to be awkward. You're going to feel awkward. You might not know what to do. You might not be able to get that comfortable self out just yet. But once you work through those kinks and you start to be comfortable with just, who you are in your own skin, and they get to see that personality. I mean, yeah. What do you guys think? So people okay, for those of you watching right now, do you prefer to see people on camera? And when so, do you feel like you have a better connection with those people when you watch them on a regular basis? If so, type in yes. For me, it's a capital yes, capital YES. Like but it's not like, a couple of videos, right? When you watch them repeatedly, you feel like you're part of it. You feel like you get to know them a little bit, right? Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Doll, I'm sorry. I just laughed at you, man. I just laughed at somebody who says I'm blind, so I don't mind. And I laughed at you. Wow. Doll. So I've seen you, and man, my apologies if I say your name wrong, but I believe it's Doll. So you mentioned before that you're mostly blind. Are you actually making content on YouTube? Do you actually have a channel, or how are you getting over that? Hey, Roger, what's going on, brother? Hope you're doing well. How are you actually getting over the hurdle of not being able to see very well and to making content on the platform? I would love to know what you're doing. Yes, you're making videos. Yeah, I believe we've connected. I think I followed you recently on Twitter, I believe. If not, tweet me your channel. I would love to see what you've got going on with your channel, with your Legally Blind. Wow, you are too. Sky Thomas, Legally Blind. Magnifier glass. Interesting. Magnifier glass. So here's something weird. We follow each other on Twitter. Okay, so my right eye, and doctors can't figure out why. I've checked diabetes, I've checked all sorts of things, but my right eye, I still have color, I still have everything, but it's almost no focus whatsoever. So even if I take my glasses off, like even right now, if I close one eye, it's completely out of focus. And if I take the glasses off, it's just like, it's like trying to look through a Coke bottle or something. I can't make out anything other than just like a big blur. And they can't figure out what's wrong with this eye is fine, but this eye is just completely shot and they can't figure out why. Roger, man, hope you're doing well. Looking forward to seeing you at, hey, Daisy, how's it going? Looking forward to seeing you at Vid Summit as well, Roger. Swinger Club Lover, risky username of the day in the chat. You might have the same thing, D. What are you talking? So Beanie, send me a message on this. I'm curious. I'm curious about this. Yeah, it's just one eye, man. It's completely shot. No, Vid Summit is not in the UK. They do have a VidCon that they hold in London. This year, I think VidCon, they've got one in London. They have one next month in Australia. They've got one coming up in December in Singapore, I believe. And I think they're going to have one in Mexico for the first time. But normally, they've been in Los Angeles, and then they're going to have one in Australia. All right, next channel. Okay, hold on. Scott Thomas says, I was diagnosed 2 years ago with retinitis pigmentosa. I wonder if you have one lazy eye. Sky Thomas, I would love an email from you or a Twitter DM or something. Basically, it's my name backwards. I'm going to just write it into the chat right now. Hold on here. At Gmail. Yeah, if any of you are having weird eye problems like that, I would love to hear what's going on with you. I just dropped my email in there, and just in the subject, just put eye problem or something like that, so I know, because I get bombarded with emails and it's kind of hard for me to kind of sort out what. I would love to hear what's happening with some of your eye issues, because yeah, doctors can't figure out anything. I've been to multiple optometrists. Is that what they are? They don't know. They run all the tests and they got nothing. Swinger Club Lover, I like you too. All right, I'm going to jump into the next question here. Next question is Robert Hayes. It says, I have a OnePlus 7 Pro. Would I need to invest in a camera and mic for my travel channel? No, you don't need to invest in a mic or what was the other thing? Oops. What was it? A mic and a camera and a mic. Okay. Technically, you can do everything on your phone as a travel channel. What I do recommend, you don't have to get a mic, but I do recommend some sort of a microphone. I don't know if the OnePlus is a USB-C or if it's a 3.5 millimeter headphone jack. I'm not sure. Hey, what's up, Freedom Hustler? I'm not sure what the microphone option is for that in terms of plugging it in, but if you can get a microphone, that will help. Something that you might want to think about as a travel channel, and here's two different options, and they've got the legs on them here, so they actually look bigger than they are, but I would consider maybe getting a small gimbal. This is the DJI Osmo 2 gimbal, and this is the Feiyun Tech Vlog Pocket. This one is much smaller and much lighter. This one's a little bit heavier, a little bit bigger, but it has more control options on it. This one's probably a better gimbal in terms of the things you can do with it. But in terms of travel, this one's lighter, easier to throw in your suitcase. And check this out. This is the coolest part about this. Look at this. So this thing, and this does something that none of the other gimbals do. And this is where this gimbal really shines. Look at how small this is. This is a smartphone gimbal. Look how small that is. Boom. That literally fits in your pocket. It can fit in your front pocket, fits in your purse, fits in your fanny pack, whatever. So in terms of traveling, I would think of some sort of a gimbal that you could use. Like this one doesn't fold down, but it's a better gimbal in terms of what he has a lot more control over it. The Smooth 4, I believe, that's another great gimbal as well. Tons of control. Doesn't fold down. So I would think about a gimbal. That's going to give you the real cinematic type shots if that's the type of content that you're shooting. If you're just doing some sort of a travel guide where you're teaching people, you know, how to catch a taxi in Barcelona, that sort of thing, this isn't needed. But I would invest in a microphone, and I would also think about getting a wide angle lens. For wide angle lenses, I recommend, if you're on a budget, check out Rhino Shield. Great wide angle lens. If you want to step it up a little bit, you can check out Moment, or you can check out Sandmark. They also have Moondog lenses. All of them are fantastic lenses. But on a budget, Rhino Shield is great, and it's lightweight. It's not as heavy as the others, and it's about half the price. Oh yeah, the Mose is a good gimbal too. Forgot about that one. A little bit heavy though. A little bit heavy. Smooth 4 integrated into Filmic Pro. Nice. Nice. Guys, I need to swap a battery out. Give me 1 minute. I will be right back. All right. Left you with a little funky tune right there. All right. Moving back to the questions here. So, Robert, I hope that answers your question if you're still in here. Look into lenses. Maybe look into a gimbal only if you're doing cinematic type shots. If you're just doing how to do this, how to do that, then no, your phone's enough. Where a wide angle lens is going to shine is if you're in a tight area, if you're cramped, that sort of thing. Sweeney Dunson, man, I am not doing channel reviews today. However, next Sunday when I'm doing channel reviews, if you want to send me a message before we go live to remind me, and I would be happy to pull you up then. Not doing them today. But I will get you next time, man. Just remind me next time. So the wide angle lens works really well if you're in a tight space. Like, for example, if you're in the back of a taxi, and you want to vlog in the back of a taxi or talk about something, you got to take your phone and you got to hold it way out there, and you'll be all up in the camera. But you put a wide angle lens on it, and everything just opens up. You'll easily get all of what's happening around in the back of the car. Wide angle lenses are pretty good. All right, going on to the next question here. Next question is, okay, I already answered that one in the chat. Doll says, do you have any tips for a writing channel? Interesting. I don't like showing my face because of blindness, and I don't do vlogging. Do you have any tips for this niche? Thank you so much for your content. So if you don't show your face, if you don't like showing your face, then, and I'm not sure exactly what you're doing with a writing channel, but I would think about what you can do creatively. Right? Can you do something where you're showing your hands? Maybe, are you familiar with flat lay photography? Flat lay photography is where the camera's shooting straight down for like product photography. Hey, Scrap and Palette Man, how's it going? It's kind of like product photography, and there's a lot of stuff where they lay stuff out really nice and then they'll shoot straight down. It's called flat lay photography. So, okay, you're familiar with that. So if you're doing a writing channel and you don't want to show your face, I would try to get creative with it. And maybe I would come up with a cool flat lay type layout with your desk where it's, you know, it looks nice, everything looks cool, and maybe the camera can watch your hand go. I might even take it a step further, and I know this sounds kind of crazy, but I might get an additional shotgun microphone, and I might try to pick up the sounds that my pencil or my pen is making, just to add some more texture to the audio that's happening. People won't realize what you're doing, but you've now gone from a writing channel to a writing channel that has amazing audio, borderline ASMR a little bit if you think about it. So yeah, I would kind of take that extra step for audio and try to pick up the writing sounds or any paper sounds that you do. That's what I would do because I love ASMR. I love that sort of thing. But I would think of a way that you can make your writing channel different. I would start with the flat lay, make something really cool looking, maybe change it up from time to time, set a mood, right? Work on your lighting, try to figure out a cool lighting. I'll tell you who's a master at flat lay is Peter McKinnon. Peter McKinnon's, I mean, he's a great YouTuber, but he also does amazing flat lay photography. Do you guys follow his, he has a second, I'll tell you what, Doll, send me a message on Twitter and remind me to send you Pete's he has a second Instagram account where he does a ton of flat lay stuff, just to give you some ideas of things that you can do. Yeah, that's what I got for you, man. Try to think of something different. You're going to have to think out of the box on this one. So I would, think creatively on this. Yeah, hit me up. We can brainstorm on this later. Hey, Zanger PRK, what's going on? Scrap and Pallet Man, hashtag mood. What's going on, brother? Hope you were doing well. G. Michael Jr. says it takes a lot of skills and practice to shoot videos actually being in front of the camera. Yes, it does. I mean, none of this is easy, right? But it gets easier the more you do it, just like everything else. Everything's difficult. You know, like if you've never used a gimbal before, and I'm sure the Urban Explorer can tell you right now, if you've never used a gimbal, the first time you get your camera or your phone, you put it into a gimbal, it's going to feel crazy. Like it just doesn't work right. You're going to wonder if it's broken. You're like, how does this thing work? But once you learn how to finesse the gimbal, once you learn how to move with the gimbal, before you know it, after a couple of days of experimenting with it, you can really learn how to flow with the gimbal and make your shots look more cinematic. But out of the box, you're going to be wondering if you wasted your money or if you broke the gimbal somehow. Everything takes practice. Roger loves the shotgun mic idea. Yeah, you know, like I'm a big fan of ASMR. I'm a big fan of channels with really good, unusual audio. And okay, I'm just gonna go way out on the deep end here, doll. So for ASMR, they have a thing called binaural audio or binaural microphones. And what that is it's a left channel microphone and a right channel microphone. And when people listen to this especially with headphones on, if you were to make a sound from the left one to the right one, it would literally sound like you were there. For example, if I put the microphones behind and I open and close the door behind me, and then you listen to that video, it would sound exactly like somebody walked in the door behind you, like exactly. The way it picks up the audio, I don't know the specifics of how it works technically, but it picks up the audio in the most real way you could possibly imagine. It's different than left and right stereo. It's called binaural audio. So if that were me, I might get an inexpensive binaural audio setup, left channel, right channel, and man, I would just do my writing. So as you wrote, they could actually hear your pen and going across, you know, a little bit left, a little bit right, that sort of thing. Right? It's a little bit extra. Off the deep end, I know, but like that little extra that people do. Hey Christian, how's it going, man? It's those little touches that people put on their channels that can make a world of difference. I don't know if this is the answer for you. I'm just brainstorming here. All right, next question. What? How do you get community? I'm not sure what that means. Got to go on to the next one. My apologies. This one comes from Travis Blue Beast. It says, do you have any ideas on how to help me make better titles and descriptions? Yes, I do. And I'm going to show you right here. 1 second. So make sure. So if you don't have TubeBuddy yet, you need to put TubeBuddy in. I got a link in the description below. And this one is specifically for desktop users, what I'm talking about right now. So once you have TubeBuddy in your desktop browser, you want to tap on the little TubeBuddy icon, and it's going to open this up. And you want to go to this right here that says Keyword Explorer. Oops, not all of those. And you tap on Keyword Explorer, and you want to learn how to use this tool right here. Go to the TubeBuddy forums, ask somebody to help you figure this out. I'm not going to do a full tutorial right here, but you want to learn how to use the Keyword Explorer tool, because this is going to dial in the titles for your channel. It looks at the data on your channel. It looks at the data that's out there on YouTube for that particular title, and it kind of grades you and says, nope, that's a bad idea. Don't use that. Yes, that's a good idea. And the thing is, words matter. Words matter. So you might write something out a certain way and get a poor score, but you rearrange the words or take a word out or add a word or two, and you might get a great score. So that's what you have to do. You got to learn how to use the Keyword Explorer tool in TubeBuddy. That will definitely take care of your titles. For descriptions, what I would do is whatever you have in your title, whatever that is, the first sentence in your description should include your title. And then when you write out the rest, so you might say this video shows you how to, and then there's your title, right? Then all the additional sentences afterwards, write a paragraph, write 2 paragraphs, make it keyword rich, but also make it variations of the title. Think of, if you write the title one way, think of different ways that people might search for that same title, and then write that into your description in a conversational way. You don't want to spam it. You don't want to stuff the keywords in there. You want to write it out in a conversational way that makes sense to someone who's going to read it, because YouTube's AI is going to read it, and you don't want to look like spam. So you want to write it just like you would have a conversation, write it in a conversational manner, and then kind of twist those keyword phrases around so that it tells YouTube without a doubt, this is what this video is about. It's about this title and all these variations of this title. And the same thing when it comes to your tags. Now, the tags aren't as important, but you want to use your full title as your first tag. Use all those other keyword variations, phrases. Think keyword phrases here as your other titles. You don't have to use individual words so much. Think in keyword phrases, because when people go to YouTube to search, they don't usually search with a single word. When you go to search, and I know everybody in here searches for something on YouTube. Does anyone actually go and search by a single word? Do you ever go to YouTube and just type in like pineapple, for example? Most people probably don't, right? Most people search in keyword phrases. So let's look at that for a second. So when you look at a keyword phrase, no, safe word, right? So when you're looking at a keyword phrase, like if I just come in and I just type in peach, right? That's a single word. But you see here that people are searching for peach eat lek, that's Thai, peach perfect, peach pit, right? Peachy, peaches perfect, right? So like as you do things, right? I'll skip it and then I'll type in A. Peach Airlines, peach air, peach after yum. I'm going to change it and put in B. Peach ball, peach band, peach blossom wine. I'm going to put in C, right? Peach cheesecake, peach cake, right? How to make a peach cake, right? How to make a peach cake, how to make a peach dump cake, right? Like these are title ideas, and there's keyword phrases. So like this, and if this was the name of my title, that would be in my first sentence of my description, and it would also be my very first tag as well. But I would probably extend this a little bit larger than this, because how to make a peach cake, that's probably very competitive. How to make a peach cake quickly, for example, right? I might do something like that. How to make a peach cake quickly, or how to make a peach cake in a certain type of oven, right? Go super hyper specific on how to make a peach cake. Now, if you're not making peach cake, that doesn't make any sense, but you understand what I'm talking about. You get it. Peachtree Street, Atlanta. Oops, and I just realized that I wasn't on there anymore. All right. I'm going to make sure I didn't miss anything here in the chat. Hold on. Does that make sense to you guys? Did I explain that a little? Yeah. Regina Hair Salon, keyword phrases. Think in keyword phrases, everything. Think about exactly how you search. Be mindful of your own habits when you go to YouTube. When you go to YouTube and you try to figure out how to do something or something you want to watch, when you type something in, be mindful of that. Say, well, okay, I just typed in 5 words here. I just typed in a phrase. Keep that in mind when you're making your titles, because that's how people search. YouTube's the second largest search engine in the world. If you can make sure that people can find you, right, through that search engine, people will find your videos. If you have titles, exactly, hashtag mindfulness. You got it, Scrap and Palette Man, right? If you make titles that make it easy for people to find you, they will find you. If you make thumbnails that are eye-catching, right? They find you through the title. Whoop, there's the thumbnail. It's eye-catching. Now they're going to click. Now it's your turn to woo them with the video and give them the value that they came there for. Hey, I want to learn how to make a peach cake quickly. Well, you better give that to them, and you better be good. And that takes practice. Next question. Next question is, okay, I just answered that one. Next question would be, how do I get people to subscribe and hear my music? Can you have a shout out? No, you can't have a shout out, but I am answering your question. How do I get people to subscribe and hear my music? By making music. You have to make the music. You have to upload the music. Now, music is tough. Like, I think gaming is hard, but in my opinion, I think music is even more difficult. You just got to make music. You got to get it out there. You got to share it with people. Reach out to different creators. Let them use your music, right? Say, hey, whoa, you can use my music for free. Get it out there. Just say, hey, just put a link to my channel in your description. Let them know where you got the music. Network with people. Get your music out to as many people as possible. If people don't hear your music, you're not going to get subscribers, and it's going to be hard for people to hear your music if they don't know you exist. So upload your music, get with other creators, share it out everywhere you can. Don't be a spammer there. Nobody likes a spammer. Next question. Nope, I'm not looking at thumbnails. Doesn't come from Dr. Stan Eckberg. Says, what do you think about VR and VR 180 and VR 360? Do you think it will get more and more popular? Ooh, I think VR is cool. I think VR is really cool, especially for games. Like Nick has a VR headset and he plays games, and it's just amazing, right? Like you're completely immersed in this. So I think in the gaming world, VR is definitely gonna go somewhere. But for YouTube, man, I just don't see it. I mean, how many people do you guys know want to watch entertainment content that's not gaming in VR? Maybe, I don't know. I'm not feeling it. Do you guys like VR content? I'm not a big fan of it. The games are okay, but I don't know, man. No one. Matthew Hayes says no one. Yeah, it just doesn't seem like. I think gaming, yes, huge win on gaming. For anything outside of gaming, I don't know, man. I just think that's a tough sell. But maybe. Definitely looking for music. I got a VR headset 2-3 years ago and I never used it. Yep, 360 videos are kind of a gimmick. Yeah, I think 360 videos are cool. They do the tiny planet things. But I will say this. The 360 videos, from what I understand, it records everything. And then it allows you to edit whatever you want. Right? So if you want to go out and do something, it records everything in the shot, and then you get to choose what actually shows during the editing process. I think that part of it's cool, but I think 360 for the sake of 360, just to like put it in and turn around, I think there'll be a small market for it. I'd be shocked if it really catches on. But yeah, who knows? Yeah, exactly. It's fun for motocross. Yeah, skateboarding, motocross, stuff like that, really cool. So I think it will have its place. Maybe, like Red Bull videos and that sort of thing. Stuff like that would be fantastic in with 360. But again, that's kind of like gaming, right? So I think it's got to be that sort of thing. You're thinking for the 3D effect. Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm outside of gaming, outside of like extreme sports. For me, I wouldn't watch it. Not sure. Shark Attack Gaming says, what's better, views or subs? Views. Views matter. You want to focus on getting views, getting watch time, and building a community. Dr. Stan, what do you think about that? What do you think about VR? Are you into it? Yeah, I don't know, man. I think it's a tough sell. While I'm waiting for that, Dr. Stin, to see what you say about it, I'm going to move on to the next question here. Hold on here. YouTube tips and tricks is the name of your channel, but you're going to get burned on that one. I want to make thumbnails. I want to make a channel just like you and Nick, but I don't know how I would get noticed because you and Nick are so popular. All right, the first thing I'm going to tell you, you're not going to like it. Okay, so you told me the name of your channel is YouTube tips and tricks. If that is truly the name of your channel, no. Okay, Dr. Sins is not into it, but interesting. Yeah, it is. It's interesting. I'm just not into it. The kids probably will be, though, right? The kids will probably love it. If your channel has YouTube in the name, you can pretty much count on sometime during your channel that YouTube is going to step up and say, hey, you can't have YouTube in your name. That's a trademark name. You can't use YouTube in your name. So if that isn't your channel name, remove that, change the name. You will get burned on that. They will shut your channel down for infringing on their trademark. I want to make a channel just like you and Nick, but I don't know how I get noticed. You and Nick are so popular. Look, it's not about popularity. Okay, this is going to sound like a harsh thing, what I'm about to say. But if you want to make a channel like Nick, right? Nick teaches people how to grow their YouTube channel. If you want to make a channel like his and you don't know how to do it, then you shouldn't be sharing that information, right? I know it sounds harsh, but that's the reality of it. If you want to be like Nick, you're going to know what you're talking about. If you don't know what you're talking about, if you're asking me, how do you grow like Nick? You shouldn't be making a channel about how to grow like Nick, right? Now, as far as for me, I know a bit about YouTube, know a bit about mobile stuff. You can definitely do what I do if you're knowledgeable about it. If you're making a phone channel, you better know about the apps. You better know about phones. You better know about what you can and cannot do with your phone for YouTubers. So you have to start by thinking about, do you know what you're talking about? And if you do know what you're talking about, then you have to make the best content that you can, and you got to have a content strategy. You can say, okay, well, these people are doing this, and this stuff does really well, so I'm going to do my version of this, because I might show you how to do one thing, but you might teach somebody how to do the same thing completely different. Your way of teaching might be totally different than mine, right? If you do know what to do like Nick does, your way of teaching is going to be different than his. But in terms of growing your channel, I don't recommend you teach people how to grow a channel if you've got to ask me how to do that sort of thing. So, hope that makes sense. Urban Explorer says, what's the best place to go for Premiere Pro transitions? I don't know. I don't use Premiere Pro transitions. Sorry about that. Pixel Lab is amazing. Yeah, Pixel Lab is fantastic. Next question. And by the way, that question actually comes up a lot. You get emails and stuff like that. Nick gets them a ton. Like, hey, I want to make a channel like you. How do I do it? And the reply is always the same. It's like, man, if you've got to ask me how to do it, you shouldn't be making a channel like mine. King Rucker says, I have a Galaxy Note 9 and a LG V30. Do you think these phones will be able to last for the mobile uploads and vids for a couple of years? Absolutely. You're good to go for a couple of years. You're good to go for several years. The good cameras, powerful. Those will run they'll run all the apps. Next question. Okay, this is a long one. Glue Guns and Roses. You touched on this a little last week. Can you explain a little more about how to or what to expect when reaching out to companies or brands for sponsorships? How do you know if you're being lowballed or asking for too little? Is receiving a free higher priced item the same thing? Sorry if this question doesn't make sense, but I don't know how to ask for something I am completely clueless about. There are a lot of videos on how about it, but about sponsorships, but I seriously don't know how to reach out and what to expect. Okay, so there's a handful of questions in here. The first thing you should do is go to socialbluebook.com. Socialbluebook.com. They'll allow you to sign up for a free account, and it will run the numbers on your account, and it will let you know based on your views and everything. It will give you an average and say, okay, on the low end, you can ask for this much. In the medium end, you could ask for this much. On the high end, you can ask for this much. And it will tell you, you can choose between how much for a shout out, how much for a dedicated video, right? It gives you some options. So socialbluebook.com, that's the first place to start. Now, some people say the Social Blue Book is on the high end in terms of how much you should ask. On the other end, Social Blue Book is only crunching the numbers based on your channel. What they're not taking into consideration is how much time you're going to put into the video. They're not taking into consideration are there any production costs. They're not taking into consideration your time to edit the video. They're not taking into consideration that when you do so let's say, now I'm not paid for this live stream to do this, so I just want to clarify this right now. But say this gimbal company is paying me to make a video, okay? This video is going to be online for as long as my channel is online. They know that, right? So a lot of people get lowballed because they think, okay, well, I'm going to make this video, and because maybe I feel like I shouldn't ask for too much because my channel isn't that big or whatever. I mean, look, you got to have the views. You got to be getting the views. You got to get the engagement first and foremost. But, they're like, hey, we want to pay you for this video. Social Blue Book says your video is around, let's just say $500, right? Social Blue Book says your video should be $500 to make a video for this, because that's what Social Blue Book says. But Social Blue Book is not taking into consideration how many hours it's going to take for me to actually make this video. I have to shoot the talking head parts of the video. I have to go outside and get some B-roll of me shooting the actual video, and that's going to take somebody else. I'll probably have to bother Nick. Hey, man, come shoot some B-roll. I need some stuff where I'm out shooting this video. Then I got to come in. I got to edit the video. I got to make a thumbnail. I got to do all the SEO. I got to spend time and research to find a good title for this so I can get views on it. Then I'm going to put it up online. I'm going to answer all the comments. There'll be hundreds of comments. That's a lot of work. There are a ton of hours that go into that. And that video is going to be online for either as long as YouTube is online or as long as my channel is online. So that video is going to keep on giving to them as long as this product is relevant. So you got to keep that in mind too. So what I would recommend, look at Social Blue Book. See you, Tassie. Look at Social Blue Book. That gives you a good starting point. And then from there, realistically ask yourself how much time is going to go into this. You know, maybe it's just $100 more, right? Because if you're doing, you know, you're doing some sort of a craft thing, you're not outside, you're not shooting B-roll, there's not two people involved, right? There's going to be a lot less involved if you're showing how to do a craft something. But you're like, okay, I might put an extra 5 hours into this video in addition to what Social Blue Book says. So maybe you ask an extra $200. Here's what's going to happen. They're either going to say no or they're going to say yes. And if they say no, then you might want to say, okay, the next brand that reaches out, maybe I'll knock it down $50. And if the next brand comes back and says yes, then okay, maybe I went down too low. Maybe the first brand was just too cheap. It's, you know, you've got to play around with that and try to find the happy medium in there. Matt, super chat. Did I miss somebody? Hold on here. Matt, yes, super chatted a while back. Can you check? Give me a second, Hybrid. I'll go in there and look. But in terms, I mean, you got to think about how much is it worth to you in addition to what Social Blue Book says. And you've got to know your worth. Like I know, so, okay, somebody left a message, Hybrid, and they deleted it. Somebody left I believe it was €2, I think, and the message got deleted. Is that what you're talking about, Hybrid? I don't see anything from Matt beyond that. Matt Hayes, yep, he got deleted. Okay, I don't know what the question was. If you guys want to put that in there. Yeah, Regina's Hair Salon. Yeah, you need to know your worth because you don't want to work for free. And if the brands don't want to work for you or don't want to work with you on this, that's cool. That's cool. Anyway, so that's about pricing, right? That's about pricing. It's difficult. It's tricky. Most people are going to tell you no. Some people are going to tell you yes. You want to work with the brands that say yes. But more importantly, you want to get a media kit. I don't know. Matthew Hayes, sorry, I don't know. It's deleted. I don't see your... I don't see your, it says message deleted. I'm not really sure what happened here. I still see the super chat, but it says message deleted. If you do have a question, go ahead and ask that, Matt. But you need a media kit. You can go to Google, go to like Envato. Envato's got like the template-based things, Graphic River and all that. You can type in media kit. You can get a bunch of PowerPoint media kits as well if you know PowerPoint. And basically a media kit is where you tell people what your demographics are. This is my channel. This is how many views I get. I have this percentage of females, this percentage of males. I have this percentage. These are the country breakdowns, right? I have 42% viewership in America. I have 20% in the UK. You know, break down like maybe your top 5 countries. Put a mission statement on there, write a paragraph or two talking about what your channel is, talk about your audience, talk about how, you know, show the engagement, right? Kind of build, this is basically like think of it as a resume, right? You want to give them all the data that's in your YouTube channel that matters. And then it needs to look nice. It needs to look professional, save it in a PDF form, and then send it out to them, find the emails for the right companies, you know, partnership request in the title, if you want to do something like that, and then write out in the email, tell them who you are, tell them what you can do for them. This is my channel. This is the type of audience that I have, and I would love to expose my audience. I would love to show your product, whatever it is, to my audience. They would really enjoy it. I believe that they would buy your product. I would love to form a partnership with you. Would you be interested in sponsoring my channel or sponsoring a video? Please see my attached media sheet. Be very clear with them. Show them what you can do for them. Don't just say, gimme, right? It's about what your value that you can add to them. Attach your media kit and just start blasting those out. Like just start sending them out one after the other, after the other, after the other, after the other. You're going to get a ton of no's. And you're going to get a lot of people who won't even reply, but you only need one. You only need 2, right? And then one thing you can do with your media kit is you can have a page on there where it says current sponsors. So current sponsor, if you're starting out, you don't add that. But once you start to get a sponsor, then you can add their logo on there. So brands might say, oh, they're already working with this brand. Okay, so they're familiar with working with companies. Maybe we'll take a gamble on them. And if they do a more longer term sponsorship, then you can add them to the mix as well. Something that you can do is you can also give them an option. You can say, this is my price for a single video. This is my price for 2 or 3 videos, right? This is my price for a channel sponsorship where I do 4 videos per year. I mention you during live streams. If somebody asks me what's the best product to use, I can list you first. You know, think about incentives that you can use that add value to your audience, because you don't want to BS them or lead them astray for money, right? So you want to think, how can I arrange this so the company wins, so the audience wins, and I win? So you think about what you can offer the company. Single video, multiple videos. You can do, you know, you can also sponsor my live stream. I can add you in list videos. I can recommend you first above other companies. I can add you in my description, right? There's all sorts of different things that you can do. In addition to sponsorships, you can say, you know, I'd also like, if you have an affiliate system or an affiliate program, you should give me a discount code to where 20% off my audience can type in Glue Guns and Roses in your discount promo code thing, and they could get a sizable discount. There's lots of things that you can do, but think out strategically what you can offer them. So it's a win all the way around. They win, you win, and your audience wins. I know that was really long-winded, and I hope that makes sense, Glue Guns and Roses. I know, just kind of like rambled on. Carrie Farini says, D has the fidgets. I'm a fidgeter. My hands, I talk with my hands. I'm always like, I'm a maker. I'm a maker and I'm a doer, and my hands are always busy. Also a bass player, a little guitar player, a little piano. Glue Guns and Roses says, is it appropriate to reach out to companies on Instagram? Companies do it to me all the time. You could try. What you might want to do is send them a DM and say, who can I contact for potential partnership? What for potential channel partnership? Something like, however you want to word it. And then say, do you have an email address for this person? Just be very direct. Don't beat around the bush. Excuse me, do you have an email for someone I can contact for partnership application or sponsored video application? Whatever it is you're trying to do with your channel. Be very direct, ask them for the email, and then Beanie, and then send them that email with your media kit. It's very important you put your media kit together. It needs to look professional. It needs to have all the information on there, because they want to know who's your audience. Is it mostly females? Is it mostly males? What countries? That matters too. Like if you have a country that doesn't care, and no, if you're in Malaysia right now, I'm not using this as a disrespect, I'm using this as an example. If you have a country that has no desire to expand into Malaysia, and Malaysia is your top viewership or your second top viewership, that might turn them off. So they're going to want to know this stuff, you know. Who is your demographic? Hey, Nick made it in. Professional is important. It's a reflection of how you operate. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Nick is in the house. I guess I'm out of here. Guys, you can just ask Nick all the questions. Hey, 3D Plastic Fantasy. How's it going? Glue Guns and Roses, I hope that was helpful. If you've got any questions beyond that, I know that was a very long-winded answer. I tend to do that. Reach out to me, Instagram, Twitter, email. I'm happy to talk to you more offline about this. Just let me know. Yeah, so Nick's going to go ahead and Nick, steal the show for a bit. Hold it down for me. Hold it down, brother. Dr. Sten says, Nick, is there a way to import your stats so you don't have to update the media kit? Ooh, that's a great question. That is a great question. Okay, next mobile question. And I'm jumping to the next one here. Next question is how to come up with great titles for your vlog. The Sea Unicorn, that's a tough one, man. Vloggers are tough because when you're vlogging, you're not really making content that people are looking for. Once again, I would go over to Cody Warner's channel. I would study what he's doing, look at how he's putting his titles together. Some of his videos, he might lean towards titles that people are searching for, like if he's doing a video tutorial on Adobe Premiere Rush. But other videos, they're not so search worthy. So you got to focus on making great videos that add value, that entertain people, that make people feel good, that inspire people, and let people share out your content. Nick says if you're using the PowerPoint, okay, you're talking to Dr. Stin there. All right. The next question here comes from Midnight Madness 4x4. Says, D, would you happen to have any website advice? I found my website is ranking #2 and sometimes #1 on Google for tough trucks, so I want to work on improving it. I'm considering exclusive content. Charlie, if you're still in the chat, man, hit me up offline, because this is a big conversation, because I don't know exactly, because you want to improve it. But if you're already ranking #2 and #1, like, I want to see what you're doing. Talk more about, what you want to get into. Hit me up, Twitter, DM, email, that sort of thing. Next question. What is the best screen recorder? And this would be for Android phone. And you don't have a channel yet, but it's coming. Best screen recorder. Well, it used to be Mobizen, but Mobizen, they just removed their clean version of internal sound. So I would say try Mobizen and try AZ screen recorder. Find out which one works best for your phone. If you find that it's laggy, you're going to have to go into the settings and maybe reduce the resolution a bit, or change the bit rate or the frames. Gaming, you want to put it out at 60 frames per second. So if you're going 60 frames per second and you're trying to put it out at 1080p and you find that it's laggy, you might have to drop it down to 720p. Next question. Is there a free version of TubeBuddy usable when starting a channel? It's hard to justify paying for it with a really small channel. Yes, this is from Zero to Dad. You're on an Android phone. Yeah, so you can download the app for free. It is very limited. However, if you have access to a desktop computer, you can put in the free version of TubeBuddy, and they also have special deals for channels that have under 1,000 subscribers. So you can go down to the description, click on that link. They do have a free version that you can put in. They have a very active forum over on the TubeBuddy.com channel. Not the YouTube channel, but on their actual website, TubeBuddy.com. And you can, jump into their forum, get to know people, let people help you learn how to use TubeBuddy so it makes sense to you. TubeBuddy isn't one of those things where you install it and it does everything for you. You still have to put in the work. It's a tool. You got to learn how to use the tool. And they're very happy to help you go through that process. And there's a ton of tutorials on YouTube for that as well. Next question. This one comes from Wanted Gaming. I recently changed my YouTube banner and I changed my thumbnail on my newer content. My CTR in the newer videos are around 13%. Should I change my thumbnails on older videos? Okay, just because you change it on the one video doesn't mean that that particular style is going to work on your older videos. What I would do, and again, this is where TubeBuddy shines, and you said you're on an Android phone, and I don't know if you have access to a desktop or not. If you do, TubeBuddy, and I would upgrade to check out their A/B feature, even if it was only for a month. The A/B teachers where you can the A/B feature, testing feature is where you can test one thumbnail against another. But if you don't have access to that, what you want to do is go back and look at all of your older thumbnails, and any of them that are not performing as well as you want them to perform, then replace those. But if you have some that are working, I would leave those alone. I wouldn't touch anything that's working. A lot of testing. Always test. Always be testing. ABT. Always be testing. Next question. This one comes from Roy Gaunta. This is a very good question. How important are other social media sites to growing your channel? Other social media sites, I believe, and this is my personal take on this, hashtag ABT, always be testing. I believe that social media platforms are great individually. Like if you're going to do Instagram, do Instagram. Find something to do on Instagram that works for Instagram. If you're going to do YouTube, find something that works well for YouTube. If they can all have some sort of a common thread, that's fine. I know Roger Wakefield is, if he's still in here, he's absolutely killing it right now on LinkedIn, right? He's got a YouTube channel that's on fire. He teaches plumbers basically how to get into social media. He's on LinkedIn. He's doing lives on LinkedIn. He's active on, Roger's not that active on Twitter. He's on Facebook as well. I'm gonna say I haven't seen Roger much on Twitter actually, but like he's doing his things in other places. So just, figure out what that platform, like what you can do on that platform is going to work well for you. If you're on Instagram, you can put a link to your channel in there, right? In your profile, you can link out. It's not going to drive tons of people over, but you can interlink everything so people know where to find you. Like for what I'm doing on my Instagram account, I let it lay dormant for a while, but I'm just kicking that back up again. I'm doing something different. Like I'm teaching YouTube stuff on my channel, but I'm doing more photography of like phones and accessories and that sort of thing over on Instagram. Maybe 3 or 4 months from now, maybe I might change that up if I find that that's not working, if that's not growing my Instagram channel fast enough, if that's not reaching enough people. I'm going to say, okay, people aren't responding to what I'm doing, so I'll change it up. Because ultimately, wherever you are, wherever you're putting content, you want people to respond to the content that you're making. So if okay, this is my YouTube channel, people are responding, great. I'm doing this now on LinkedIn, people aren't responding. Okay, we'll mix it up, find something, and keep tweaking it until people do respond. Same thing for Twitter. Well, Twitter is more about just back and forth banter. Same thing for Instagram. Same thing for Facebook. You got to find the right content for those platforms. Is it important? I don't know. I mean, do you want to put all your eggs in one basket? What if you built everything around YouTube and YouTube kicked you off the platform for whatever reason, right? I think it's a smart idea to be in other places. I mean, Roger, he's still in here. There he is. Roger says, I love doing different things on different channels. Yeah, exactly. You treat things differently, right? Every platform has its own culture and a way of doing things. So if you learn how to do those things on those platforms, it's a win. Think more in terms of brand instead of how these things can help grow my channel. Think about building a brand. That brand can go everywhere, and it doesn't have to be the exact same thing, but it can still be your brand. Yeah, Facebook can be really difficult. Indeed, it can. All right, next question. Okay. Hey, Jeff Eatley, Life with Cameras, who is probably well gone from the chat now. He's a super quick, under 1 minute video creator that you can press the record, let go to stop recording, then again in the end it makes a short video post. Super quick. Okay, so you're asking me for a video editing app where you can press record, let go. I believe Cut Studio does this. Cut Studio. I believe that's the name of it. C-U-T, Cut Studio. And good luck on your trip to Vietnam. I believe you leave tomorrow. Scrap and Pallet Man, he says, are there any problems with a company wanting to give me free gear to show in my videos and only wants Amazon links in the video description in return? Isn't this what Brian G got dinged for? Just trying to avoid future issues. No, I don't believe that's what Brian got dinged for. Here's the thing. If you're going to put Amazon links in your description, whatever it is, you need to put your disclaimer down at the bottom. Right? You can go to my channel, you can go to Nick's channel, you can see what we have at the very bottom of our description. You have to put you're in USA, you got to put the FCC disclaimer down at the bottom. That basically says that you are getting paid for those links. You don't want to say support the channel by clicking on these links. You can get in trouble for that. Amazon has been known to delete accounts, affiliate accounts, for doing that sort of thing. It's perfectly fine for companies to send you free gear if you want. To be honest with you, man, you're over 50,000 subscribers. You're getting a ton of views. At your size, man, I would be reaching out to companies to try to get paid instead of just trying to, I mean, sometimes to send you free gear, that's cool. Everybody gets free gear. They love it. But you're at the size now where I think you can definitely start providing some value for some various brands. So I would get a media kit together, reach out to some brands and try to get paid for that stuff and trying to, look, man, because Amazon, like, I don't know what your particular niche, what you're doing is cool, but I don't know what your CPM is with YouTube. I don't know what kind of ads you're getting on top of your videos. It might be really high. I don't know. But if it's not, and you're going to rely on Amazon links, you're going to need a lot of views and a lot of clicks and a lot of people buying stuff to make money on that. It's possible, definitely possible. But Amazon's really hit and miss for people. Is anybody doing well? Is anybody doing well on Amazon right now? Your CPM is $10. Yeah, you're way better than I am. You're way, way better than I am. But yeah, man, seriously, dude, you're over 50,000. You're getting a lot of views on some of your videos. I would definitely be reaching out to some companies, man, trying to get sponsored videos, channel sponsorship, even little things, man. Like, if these brands want to pay to put stickers on your truck, in the back of your window of your truck, or bumper stickers or things, you wear gloves picking that stuff up. Are there any brand name gloves who want their gloves in every one of your videos? Like, think about the tools you use. Think about your gloves. Think about how many times you show your truck. What parts of your truck can stickers go on there? Brands will pay for that stuff, right? I think you're in a great position, because I know you got over 1 million views on that one video. That's fantastic. Hey, Daisy Noib. Hashtag excited. Yeah, dude, I think you're in a great spot. Reach out to those things. I would honestly do an assessment of everything that you do from the camera's point of view and say, okay, my camera sees all of this stuff. Where can brands fit in? And then I would, take screen grabs of those things. So when you're reaching out to them with your media kit, they see a screen grab and you can circle that and say, this product could be your product. This could have your sticker on it. I could talk about your product. One thing that a lot of YouTubers will do with products is they'll talk, here's a problem. They present a problem in the video, but then a product that they get, like here's a problem, but then this product saves the video. It not save the video. It saves it. It's the solution, right? Like, oh, my phone footage was so bad. It was always unstable. It was ruining all of my shots because I got a shaky hand or whatever. And wow, I came across this gimbal and now all my footage is smooth. I mean, this is the short version, super cheesy, but you get what I'm saying, right? Like I have a problem, shaky phone footage, solution. I've got this product and you're in a position where you can definitely rock that. Thanks, we leave in 30. Oh, Jeff, you're still in here. Thanks, we leave in 38 hours. Brother, you're probably super antsy right now. You're getting ready to take the most miserable plane ride you've ever taken in your entire life. Man, I can't tell you, the flight from America to Southeast Asia, it's just brutal. There's no way to sugarcoat it. What? You're flying first class? I'm going to take that back. First class is actually pretty good. First class is pretty good. You can lay back, right? Put the slippers on, get some sleep. Yeah, it's a long flight, man. First class, all right. Get some sleep on the plane. Eye mask, well, they'll have an eye mask for you. They'll have earplugs for you. Get cozy, put the slippers on, fly in something comfortable, sweatpants, something like that. It's a long flight, man. Okay, you're going Atlanta to Tokyo, then Tokyo to Hanoi, I'm guessing, or Tokyo to Ho Chi Minh City, one of those. Brutal, just brutal. Charming Guru, thanks, man. You're flying from Tokyo to Da Nang. Interesting. Okay. Well, let me, I want to check this really quick. It's been just a bit. So it's that time. Let's see who shared this out on Twitter. I want to give some people thanks. Thank you, the Creator Spotlight Show. Okay. Ghost Dog, thank you, man. Beanie Draws, thank you. Sweeney Dunstan, thank you. I'll definitely get your review next time, man. Remember. Hybrid Steel, thank you, brother. Doug, thank you. Matt Hayes, thank you so much. Hybrid Steel, man, thank you, brother. Much appreciated. The Predictor, gotcha. All right, so everybody who shared this out, and I might be missing some. My Twitter has been really slow to roll down. All right. Guys, everybody who hung out with me today, first of all, thank you for getting me to 45,000. Thank you for the views. Thank you for the watch time. Thank you for the support. Thank you for the support. Thank you for the community. Thank you for showing up at these live streams and watching me fidget with my hands. I really appreciate. Hey, Javier Diaz, how you doing? I really appreciate the support that you guys have given me over the past year and a half. It's humbling. I can't believe that anybody would show up and listen to me want to talk about anything. So that's what Nick tells me anyway. He's like, dude, I don't know how you made it to 400, let alone to 40,000. All right. Thanks for the shares. Thanks for the thumbs up. If you enjoyed the chat, give this a thumbs up. It lets me know you dig what's going on. If you didn't like it, give me a thumbs down. Keep it real. That's how we like it. Paul Peck, thank you. Hybrid, thank you. Everybody who hung out, Dr. Sten, thank you. Carrie, thank you. Scully's House of Thrillers, thank you so much. Yes, and Nimmin Rolls. Launchpad Astronomy, thank you. And I will see you guys next Saturday on Nimmin Live. And then, of course, next Sunday we'll be here. Dow, have a good one. Dow, reach out to me too, man, on email or something. I want to talk about the eye thing. Doug, thank you, brother. Wanted Gaming, thank you. Tim, thank you. Wow, a lot of thanks in here. A lot of thanks. All right. Thank you, man. Appreciate it. Okay, guys, I'll see you next weekend. G. Michael Jr., thank you. Silly Mummy for Life, thank you. Hope you learned something. Hope you laughed. Hope you at least cracked a little smile. I hope you even considered turning me off. Roger Wakefield, thank you, man. Looking forward to seeing you. Beanie Draws, Cakeology. I'm a new channel. How do I start contact other creators for collaborations? Don't do that just yet. Just start working on videos. Get maybe 10, 15, 20 videos up and then reach out to collaborators. MG Art, thank you. Justin, thank you, man. Flash in your pan, thanks, Ed. Have a good one, everybody, and I will see you next weekend. Not sponsored.